last we had left off, the group of you had successfully investigated the house where Slate and his then wife and daughter went missing, finding a strange, deathly cold aura overtaking the building, finding a secret stash box of riches, leading to more questions. A investigator accidentally revealing a very well kept secret to Slate and freaking him the fuck out. Then you guys wanted to head into Old Town, into the kind of the oldest part of Rackmere, the town that you're currently in the early hours of the morning, and tried to find any lead on the missing wife and child of Slate. You readily rounded up Brash Shields to help you in your investigation. But then after a few hours, a few moments, about 45 minutes, things started to change. Things started to become tenuous. Leonov and Orly were surrounded by Brash Shields, and then Orly managed to escape. You're unmuted. You're not muted, by the way, Sean.
Right.
Your friend Orly managed to escape, and Leonov surrendered himself to get away from being interred by the Brash Shields. Then Torkel, Thoric, and Hendrik were steadily brought to the Brass Shields patrol house in Old Town in Rackmere, and from there you had you had Overseer Justiciar, Mentho. She came in and basically queried a lot of you, and I wanted you guys to kind of explain your actions in creating such a hoo-ha in the eastern part of the town. Connecting with something else happening in town and drawing their attention while they're trying to figure out all this stuff. They interred you within a cell underneath the Brass Shield patrol house for a time, removing of your weapons and your armaments, while peace and quiet surrounds the chamber that you're in. Just dim candlelight. It's a 20-foot by 10-foot room, and you find yourselves with a room with two cots, menial light, no windows, underground, from what our friend remembers Torkel when he made like a kind of a check to see if he remembers kind of the design of it. You have been in this room now for an hour, and now you find yourselves wondering what's going to happen. After Thorax surrendered his litany of knowledge in the diary that he keeps of every action you guys have taken since you started to travel together, and what that means for the future, what do we see you guys doing? What are you guys doing while you're in this chamber with dim candlelight?
Thoric right now is continuing his push-ups, just 101, 102, 103. He has nothing else to do, so he's just keeping himself busy.
Torkel's probably just like still going around the room looking at the stonework and the gate, and yeah, just keeping himself occupied.
Okay. Hendrik, anything you're up to while you're here?
Hendrik is just sitting there, not doing anything, calmly, basically staring at the floor. And every hour, he gets 1% more angry. It's very subtle. In like 2 weeks, he'll be enraged.
Okay. And Lironok, the angelic paladin, what are you doing?
Lironok will be a little bit similar to Hendrik. He'll probably be off around one of the, I guess, corners, edges of the room somewhere. He's just calmly, or sitting down, basically just sat down with his eyes closed. Anyone who looks like he's almost meditating. And he's just doing that, eyes closed, trying to keep a consistent breathing as he tries to remain calm.
Okay. Okay. Just wolfing to our noodles. It's at this point that another hour goes past. You've been in this chamber for what you believe to be close to, or just over 2 hours. 2.5 hours go past, and we fade up from the cells underneath to Orly. Orly. The apprehension of the person who ran out of the Brashiel patrol house has happened. The overseer just there has admonished them, and they're being dragged back in. You have about 10 minutes left of your spell before it fades. Patrols are winding down. It's probably going to be light next couple hours. The dawn bells are going to start ringing across Rackmere in the next hour or so. What does Orly do?
What did are the doors to the troll house open?
The doors they'd be open, yeah, they'd be open.
From my previous conversation with the troll man, I'm trying to remember myself.
Mm-hmm.
Did he mention anything levels wise to this building? Did he mention like it was
It's
like
clear
one level
that there's
under?
at least 4 levels to this building, and he did also mention that the troop, the 4 people in Old Town, are in one of the holding cells underneath. That's what he said.
So it would be like 4 levels down, as well as kind of like maybe a first and second level up.
You're not sure of how many levels down
Yeah.
there is, but there's definitely 4 levels up. You can see.
Right. Okay. Do I go in or not? 10 minutes, you said?
Got about 10 minutes of this spell.
That's hella risky. What's the surrounding buildings like for overhead observation coverage wise?
You remember that you're on a balcony opposite.
Oh yes.
You
Is
can
there
try
like
and
a
nip back
window?
up there. You have no
Original
window.
spell?
You're underground.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah, I have no idea of the layout of this building.
No.
But yeah.
Go ahead. Hendrik, you do remember that last couple of times you've been in here, you've been guided by stewards or assistants. It's a maze-like design and thin hallways that get wider and then bend at awkward angles at times, even within the interior of the upper levels. When you access that inventory and published a report, you had to be shown around.
The building that I was previously on, I'm probably going to spend the rest of my time. Well, so the patrols are dying down. 2 questions: is the guy that I was speaking to still around, and does he have kind of like interest of me? And second question is, how many patrolmen are floating around currently at the moment?
There's about 6 roughly around. They seem to basically be out front and collecting reports from other patrols, and then basically from what you can make a perception check.
Sure.
4. The distance of the balcony at 190 feet, and I'm going to presume Orly's stress levels
I'm getting low.
make your beating heart and thundering blood in your veins. You can't really pick up because there's a cacophony of noise within your own body of what these people are saying. But what you can tell happening is that like a brass shield or a couple of brass shields will appear to one of these 6 guys, and they'll have a long conversation, and then the individuals that are spoken to will then leave, and you haven't saw them return.
Okay, I'm gonna calmly make my way towards perhaps like an alley or something like that of the building that I'm targeting to get top of, and
you want to climb on top of the Brashiel patrol house?
No, the
the
building that I had vamped.
Yeah.
I want to get to there, but obviously I'm still looking like
are
this.
Are you waiting for your spell to drop, or are you just like dismissing it?
I'm going to try and get away from where I am while the spell is currently up in a manner of kind of like still patrol wise, and then once I get behind view of the surrounding patrol guards, I'll drop form and then I'll make my way up.
Make a stealth check, please.
Sure.
25. Ooh. You very confidently manage delicately to climb one of the kind of outside security railings or outside emergency exit railings of one of these third-story apartment blocks and get back up into that deserted balcony where you watched from originally a few
You
hours.
said it's nearly dawn.
About 45 minutes an hour until dawn starts to creep in.
I need to get some form of rest. So,
Mm.
and I don't think there's much else to do. I'll I don't think I can take a long rest, but I'll spend what time I have kind of like keeping somewhat of a watch.
You could take a short rest if you wanted to.
Yeah, for the manner of kind of like getting some shut eye at least. For early, I'll like maybe do one or two short. You can only really do one, can't you? I will rest and just keep eyes until something else kind of escalates
Okay.
or progresses from the patrol house.
Right. You rest for an hour, and for the party below, another hour passes. You've been in here for 3.5 hours, you gather, with your collected recollections, ones and third.
Safer. If you count down every hour that passes for the next 30 years that we're in prison, I'm going to lose my mind.
We'll see what happens. Orly, it's after just before the peaking embers of dawn light on the horizon east. You see something. You see approaching from the other side from easterly direction, approaching towards a Brashiel patrol house. You see an armed escort of brass shields and accompanying armored individuals, which you don't recognize. But you do recognize the woman that they're protecting. You see the archzealot Valeria Stradon heading towards the Brashiel patrol house under armed accompaniment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm not getting anywhere in regards to progress for helping the rest of the party. So, how far out is she? Would I be able to kind of like?
She's probably about 300 feet away from you. She's got about maybe another minute until she would reach the front door.
Right. Would I be able to get down there calmly without looking like a deranged kind of like lunatic run towards them to intercept?
Stealthily, or just like you want to go up and talk to her?
Well, I need to get down from this building stealthily, tactfully at least, and then to intercept via
Okay,
walk.
you can either make an acrobatics check to get down quickly, or you can make a stealth check to get down stealthily.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. I'll make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Okay. Definitely, for the course of like 12 seconds, you get down onto the ground floor. You are kind of back in the alley, and you can hear the clinking of plate and armor as Valeria Stradon's escort starts to round the corner and start to head towards the front door of the
I'll
patrol
calmly approach. I'll if that shell is still on me, that's been taken off, by the way.
The what, sorry?
The
Stone.
the hood. Sorry.
Okay. All right. As you step out, the 6 brass shields that were still around the front of it, their attention is immediately drawn to you. They don't draw weapons, but they just go, we've been looking for you. Would you mind accompanying us? And at this point, the entourage joins. They have their hands ready, but not on weapon hilts just yet.
I'm calmly approaching. I've got my hands raised. I'm eyeing the art zealot, and I'm trying to see. Well, how close? How close? Right?
So the 6 individuals of the brass shields approach you, probably came about 15 feet to 10 feet away from you, and they've kind of like got you surrounded in like a half crescent moon shape. And then while that's happening, the brass shields and the other individuals protecting Valeria Stradon are like walking parallel to you being blocked off.
Sure.
Do you
I'm not
do
looking
anything
at.
to get her attention?
Yeah, I call out to the art zealot. Whilst kind of like I'm not holding eye contact with any of my the brass shields trying to arrest me or take custody of me. I'm just looking at the art zealot and I'll call out and I'll say, Art zealot, you know me. This is all a misunderstanding.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. Ooh, I'm not good at persuasion. Oh, that's not bad.
13. You see her footstep, the old dwarven grandmotherly figure of the archzealot dressed in holy vestments as fits her station as an archzealot. He just says a quiet word which you cannot hear. The entourage stops, turns, faces you, and then she kind of steps to the side of one of the heavily armored brass shields, who has a cudgel and a shield on the left wrist. And she says, I do recognize you. You're involved in the interred company underneath the shield patrol house.
Me and my party, we've helped the people of Rackmere twice now in the last couple of weeks. I assure you, this is all one big misunderstanding.
He just looks at you. I'm sure everything will be made clear in the next few moments.
Shit.
She gestures towards the brass shields, the ones she's with, and she ignores you and walks inside. The other 6 brass shields, gesture like, come on, this will be much easier if you don't resist.
Sure. Right, fine. I'll surrender.
You're manacled, your weapons are surrendered, and you're brought inside. To this point, 4 hours after you guys have been interred, the door opens up. It rolls open. You see the torchlight hallway ahead, and a brass shield pushes Orly in to about a foot in the chamber, undoes his manacles, and then just closes the door behind him. And Orly now joins the fight, the other group.
Orly!
I've come to rescue you.
I do
Fantastic.
not know if we need rescuing just yet. Like the others were involved in a conversation. I was not privy to it, but I do not know the details.
Is there anybody close by to our cell, Cypher?
You're in a cell with your 4 allies, no one else.
Anyone in the halls? All steps that brought me down here, have
You
they all
are
left?
in a room with a single door and no windows. Make a survival check for me, please, as you got guided down. You got a bag placed over your head
Oh, okay, fair.
when you were taken down. Make a survival check for me, please. 14. You gather from the way you were escorted, gently, not pushed and shoved, but gently, that you took a lot of lefts and rights and lefts and rights and lefts and rights and some up and down, up and then down more and then down more, and then another right. And you are confused as to what exact path you took to get to this chamber.
Oh my god, I didn't try and fucking make it down here myself.
Oh, fucking duck. Sorry, my leg cramped. That's what you get for doing 20,000 steps.
Yeah, fuck you, DM. That's what you deserve.
That is karma catching up for flexing my muscle while I tried to sit cross-legged. So you are down there with your allies. 5 of you are all together. 4 hours interred for them, and a single minute for you already has passed. What do you do?
Okay. Addressing all the rest of you guys. Some things have happened since you guys have been down here. I managed to escape. I'll look at Lerenok and give a quick bow. I thank you for helping me escape at least. I did some scoping around whilst you guys were brought down here, and I didn't hear, I'm privy to your conversation with the overseer, just like Lyranok, but I did see from the building, I saw Thorku passing over your journal.
Yes.
And once you guys were brought in, not too long after that, a priest of Tyr, a heavily ordained priest of Tyr, and a heavy troop with him, with pace and determination, leave this patrol house. The only assumption I made was to that double agent that we had recently been with. And considering she might be the only ally we had, I made my way towards her lair. I managed to get there before Priest of Tyr. I made my way down, and she heard my call from the fountain, and I persuaded her that she was in danger. This place was no longer safe, and she trusted me. And we left through magical means. I don't have much experience with magic, but we were down there, and then we weren't. We managed to follow through a set of tunnels that got us out of the walls of Rockmere, and I had a few moments to speak with her. I got her name. Her name is Sophia Neves. Aside from that, we didn't really have much time to discuss a lot. However, it seems as if this six-fingered man has got, much of his six fingers in high organizations here. I can't prove anything, but
That is certainly possible for us to be arrested like this so soon after.
why did we get
Interfering.
arrested?
If he has
Not
some
like me.
control, then if perhaps they perceive us as a threat, or if he perceives us as a threat, he could be having us removed.
The reason they gave for us being arrested was that the captain of the guard was assassinated, and as we were passing through one of the gates, we were given the option for help from the guards to search for Slate's missing wife and child, and they think that we were running it. Their claim that we were running a distraction to allow the assassination to occur.
Leonard kind of blinks at you, kind of taken aback with finding out that the captain was assassinated. And there's almost that moment of where Suzune goes, "Oh, I see."
It's also been 4 hours since he chose to share this information.
Yes.
Lyranok, you sound. Did you kill the guard captain? Is this something we should know about?
Leonard looks insulted. Of course I did not kill him. Why would I dare do so?
I was
No,
with
no.
Lyranok. We weren't
I-
away from you for that long.
I mean, Lyranok, I just mean, listen, if you killed him, I'm sure he deserved it.
That seems to me as well is probably the last person to
Hendrik,
harm
make a
anybody.
religion check.
Who?
You make a religion.
Oh, I know. He's probably gonna
just
punch me.
insinuated me killing someone.
I know he's gonna punch me.
I mean, I don't think
No,
I killed him.
I'm trying to. I support you in anything that you you do.
21.
I'm trying to be a good friend here.
It's not a great moment to be throwing accusations like this around in your dogma as a lawman and follower of Tyr.
You're in a cell and you're saying, "Hey, did you kill the guy?"
It's okay if you killed him, by the way. That's basically what you're saying.
Entrapment! Although I don't think it actually is in this instance, but whatever.
That's not
No, it's
entrapment.
not.
You'd have
No.
to entrapment getting them to do the crime.
No,
then
but
actually.
it's close enough for my joke to work. But no.
Um,
Entrapment.
I mean, we are trapped, so I mean, in a way, it is.
Speaking of entrapment, I noticed, Leonard, you remember that guard who basically insulted you and who drew his weapon and approached us just as this all happened, as we
I
were getting
do, yeah.
arrested.
That was the reason
Quite
I had you
literally,
run.
10 minutes ago, I was just outside this building and I saw him dash out and be chased by other brass shields. And he was tackled, and the overseer came out and pretty much said, damn it, what did she say? Cypher. What was it again? I can't remember.
she basically admonished him and said, "Looks like I found a little rat."
That's right.
To those
So it
eyes.
seems as if this was all some sort of ruse, as if we ourselves are being used. I'm not too sure.
I do not like the thought of being used in someone's scheme to do harm, but if this one was acting alone, then it at least puts the rest of the brass shields in good stead that they are not acting against us of their own volition, but because they too have been manipulated by us. And Leonard actually sort of it actually does calm down. He actually sort of breathes a sigh of relief at the thought, because that's what's been getting to him, is the idea that these people had been doing it intentionally. So he's like, okay. It does me well to know.
Definitely would have been because you did not declare you trying to hide it, Stilty.
Fuck yeah, fuck. Okay. Just okay, yeah. I'll shit. My I'll say to the group. My
Fake stones like a dog.
my identity stone was taken off me. This isn't good.
Could be a problem.
Who was able
Oh.
to take your stone?
Well,
Oh, right. No, I see. Sorry, I see what you mean. No.
So that's an issue because
I haven't gotten much sleep. I
we're all
apologize.
we're all innocent here, but Orly, I think you're gonna have a little bit of difficulty because that's not a minor crime.
It's at this point. The cell opens up. You're greeted by a brass shield. Ready with manacles. One at a time, please. Someone wants to see you.
I'll go first.
You're manacled. You don't have a bag placed on your head, but you're manacled with your hands forward instead of back behind you, as it was when you came down here. A bit more respect. Then, following on from that, the five of you, unless any of you refuse.
Yeah, I'll go
No.
next.
You are all manacled. You are walked right, then left, then up a stairwell, then up a circular stairwell. Before you come to a large stone door, you see the symbolic scales of Tyr emblazoned in gold and brass upon it. As you are brought up there, the original brass shield and the 7 other accompanying him to guard against you guys any malcontents. The door is pushed open and it splits vertically down the middle, so the scales like split in half. You are pushed and led, or led, not pushed, led into a chamber. You're very familiar with a chamber like this, Hendrik. This is a sentencing chamber. You walk in the chamber, and you see parchment adorning every piece of wall and ceiling except the far wall opposite the door. There you see a bench, basically like a desk, a high sitting desk. And you see 3 individuals there. You see a priest of Tyr, which you recognize, Hendrik, as the one who conducted the sermon. You see Overseer, the Overseer Justiciar, and finally, sitting in between the 2 of them, you see the grandmotherly figure of a stern-looking arch-zealot, Valeria Stradon. And you are pushed forward, and as you step into the room, you watch as the floor before you glows with a dull grey light, a flash. I need all of you to make me a charisma saving throw, or choose to fail the charisma saving throw if you want to.
Do we
Uh,
get an idea on what it is beforehand, or?
You do not.
Alright, so this varies from truth to banish.
I would
Uh,
like to roll a Arcana save, and especially since
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah.
familiar with this environment.
I'm just going to tell you this is your background. This is a zone of truth on the
Yeah,
floor
I
of the
fucking
room
knew it.
where you stand in front before the desk.
Knowing
wanna-
cunning, I'm gonna get advantage for this charisma save.
Okay. It's not a wisdom save, but I'll let
I'm
you
going to choose
still.
to fail.
Okay, you feel.
I choose to fail.
Okay.
Fuck 'em.
Tor-
I know exactly what the save is, and I'll still make it.
Hendrik, you feel.
Yeah, fair enough.
Damn.
Holy shit, that's
Yeah,
a save.
it's a high level inquisitor.
Yeah. The man who delivered the sermon for you is up there. Bishop Gabriel Fidalgo says, "You may be at ease." Orko, you did roll wisdom save, but is your charisma save the same value? Still +7?
Oh, nowhere close. No, it's 4. Should I roll
Okay.
another one or just take that?
No, it's fine. 16
Minus
still
3.
fails. 16
Okay,
still
that's fine.
fails. 17 fails. And then, so, Orly, you fail. Hendrik, you fail. All of you fail. The saving throw. Bishop Gabriel
Fail.
Fidalgo says, "Thank you for allowing the truth of Tyr to take hold within this chamber." And he looks towards Valeria Stradon. She nods. "There has been a lot of confusion this evening about whereabouts and purposes of people's whereabouts. And unfortunately, the 5 of you have been involved in it heavily. We have faced a great tragedy, the Blessed Shield Order, tonight. Our captain, Captain Raimundo, was slain in his own home by an assassin. This was caught by a junior Blessed Shield, going back within his duties to find the captain to help with the search of a missing Philippa Galagros and Camilla Galagros." Looks towards Overseer Mentho, and with soft but a pang of just tension in her voice. "Yes, I do apologize also." And she picks up the book that Thoric held. Under quick glances from reading this journal, it was clear that in the person, this 6-fingered man you are dealing with, has agents. And so I established some Blast Shields new to our cause, recently new, to be around within the silence zone. And we did catch one who seems to have had orders from Breakwater to relay any knowledge of investigation this eve. And she says, It has been delicately studied, this tome, and we have determined of your innocence in the fall of Captain Raimundo. But there are still issues we must raise with the five of you, and thank you for allowing honesty to flow through you. It is early in the morning. We have all had a long night. Let's get this shored up. Valeria Stratton, the Archzealot, just sits there like a grandmother watching her younger grandkids play at the kids' table. She just has a smile on her face. The priest of Tyr asks Hendrik pointedly, gesturing towards you. Inquisitor Hendrik, your investigation of the Six-Fingered Man and the missing urns is commendable in your forthrightness and swiftness, heading into this sunless citadel to track down the missing man's slate after he wanted to go and earn riches from the Hercule business owner. You also prosecuted a knight with treason. Again, something that Overseer was keen on and knew of. We commend you for that. This new investigation, further leading into this Six-Fingered Man, which you only, as far as the journal dictates, connects recently. Why did you feel a need to keep this dark individual within that of your own mind?
Which dark individual in particular?
This Six-Fingered Man. Why did you not come and inform any individuals within the Brass Shields or myself as a priest of Tyr?
We knew almost nothing about him. I didn't want to give 1/10 of a report. I am not even certain that he really exists. That is how thin our information was.
This tome from the Dragonborn Bulwark, Thoric, I think it is titled as, says that you were almost assassinated by this man, and that he has two agents known as Limes and Coal. Pertinent knowledge, I would find.
I didn't think someone trying to assassinate me was odd enough or striking enough to inform the local police. I handled it, me and my companions.
There's a moment of silence. How long, Gabriel asked, how long have you deemed your own life so worthless that you think that someone making an attempt on your life as a believer of Tyr would not raise any commotion or care from our church?
About
You
120 years.
You have an accredited record. You have been forthright and dutiful in your many, many commandments. You've assisted in great efforts, small and big, in your time. You are one of the longest living individuals within the church that I know of. I gifted you a powerful item because I saw promise in you, right? The Tyr's guidance. So for me to hear that you think so little of yourself is alarming.
I live for the work.
Kind of sighs. Looks towards Overseer Justiciar for her input. It is clear that the group of you care about society and people at large. Now, we do understand the hesitation for involvement because of what Thorek wrote in his book, that this Six-Fingered Man has reach and divinations and agents that have flowed in and out of our city undetected and unperturbed. Even this meeting that Hendrik infiltrated was not known to us. And your theory that this was a night of culling, of control, of wasting of a resource here on purpose, either shows that this individual, this 600 man, is at a loss or on the cusp of promising progress. Now, the urn, the missing urn. You wrote about it extensively in this journal. Sorry, gestures towards you. With the notes that your friends have found, Hendrik gave a detailed breakdown of Slate's family history, how he helped the six-fingered man and his agents into the tombs to steal it. Something that he only rediscovered in knowledge working under hard labor in Eland because of a surroundings of an anti-magic field that the Vein Stone provides. We have talked extensively with Slate. He is one who trusts the double-sided nature of luck of Mina. He has had a difficult life in his early opening decades, but now seeks to make amends. And I have informed him that he should start by being truthful. He told us also, in his own words, which corroborates with what is in the book, what he says about his time in Eland. Worrying so that this man with six fingers can change memories. It is a power very few clerical denominations are capable of. Compelling someone to either remember or do something is strictly prohibited and only allowed in the most dire of circumstances. But do you have anything to add, any one of you?
I have something to add.
She nods.
Your Honor.
Waiting.
If you wanted to ask me about my case, you could have just done it. Instead, we've been arrested and put into a zone of truth, something done to people who are suspected of a crime. If you would like to accuse us of a crime and get that out of the way now, so that we can talk as professionals, I would be obliged for it. Right now, this is insulting.
I've already declared your innocence in the murder of Captain Raimundo, which is why you were held here. But truthfulness extends on both sides of the desk. As you notice that the glow of grey light also is underneath the table that they're sitting at
Oh
as well.
shit! I didn't see that. Out of character. I didn't see that. Fuck. Makes me look like an asshole.
Oh no! We wouldn't want that, would we?
Oh no, this guy's actually a decent person. Shit.
This is a lady.
Okay, I'm going to say I didn't see that. I would like to take back my
There's
comment.
a soft chuckle from Valeria Strahlen. She looks towards Thoric. Without these records, more blame would have been placed at your feet for your commitment to try and find the missing peoples. It happened around the same time as the attempt and successful when Raimundo was killed. I thank you for keeping such records. And I believe, Valeria, you have something, Marcella, to say. And she kind of sits up in her chair. Yes. These two here have given me an adequate breakdown of the journal. One that does paint a good picture of the five of you. The Holy Bulwark. Thoric, very, very committed agent of Tyr, Hendrik. One obsessed with the craft and the protecting of mastercrafts, Torkel. A forgiving angel, one we don't see very often. And you, Alfonso Gamma. Curious. I don't know much about you. But it is good that you joined them so recently. I would say, Thoric, it is peculiar you left your friend's name out. Is Orly a nickname for Alfonso here?
I did not know that that was his name.
I think that perhaps we just get it. We call him Orly so often, and he gives like a look to Thoric.
Thor could be telling the absolute truth, even if it wasn't the zone of truth. That's
I don't
just
think
him.
we have a choice in the matter at this point, do we?
No, but I'm saying
Yeah,
that
we
even,
all
I'm saying
failed
that
it.
even
Oh,
Yeah, I think so. That
she's
sentence
gonna
tries
know
to
we
come out
lied.
of your
Yeah.
mouth. That
My
sentence tries to come out of your mouth.
stone, no.
Wait,
You can lie, but they just know you're lying, right? Or you can't lie at all.
you can't. I think
Can't lie.
you can't lie.
You can obfuscate. You
I
can
mean,
obfuscate.
you can't lie, but you also don't necessarily have to answer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It's not a compulsion, it's just
Totally
that you
forgot.
cannot actually lie.
Hmm.
Well,
I
he is
think
what we
that
have
the-
known him as the entire time.
There's just out of game. Like I
Yeah.
don't remember him
A
telling us his
creature
name.
can't speak a deliberate lie.
No.
Yeah, so
That's fine. It's not a lie. It's not a lie to say that we only know him as Orly.
Yep.
yeah.
no.
I think I've only ever actually said my first name as well.
Yeah. Orly, it's at this moment that Alfonso Gamma was the name that you had
Yeah.
mentally commanded that they scanned. And they checked the deception stone, deflecting stone. So I think that what happens is, to clear up the air, is Torko tries to speak and you realize before you're speaking that the words kind of just fall out of your mouth. And they
I
stop.
don't think I actually can lie.
No, I don't think so. I think that it just ceases, like the lie just stops before it can even be
I
said.
can't speak a deliberate lie.
It's not in the zone of truth. It's just a dwarf thing.
Mm-hmm. She notices that, and so does Gabriel and the overseer, just this year. Anyway, we do have more difficult and pressing urgent matters. This woman, the angel agent, double agent, infiltrated this man's cabal. I'm told that an effort was made to find a lair, and it was discovered as such. We will come to that briefly, but there was some fallout to do with that. But again, thanks to your honesty. And a few other things to mention. I did not know Nathaniel Everstone was heavily researching Rainstone. That's interesting to me.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. I forgot they didn't know that.
I'm sure I'll pass word, and you will be passing word, looks towards you, Thoric, back to the Church of Bahamut and the libraries there. I'm sure he'll want this information known. That was his life's work and goals.
May I ask a question?
Of course.
I was told before that that diary would be kept as evidence. Would it be possible to get it or a copy of it to return to my church?
She turns to the overseer. It has been transcribed. You will receive your original book back. It is prepared and made with holy filaments and parchments blessed by Bahamut. We would not take it away from you.
Thank you.
I have a
So-
question.
Yes, go ahead, Orly.
What's to become of the double agent that we came across?
Well, the Ashkeeper Marcinio was quite, how do I put this, upset to find a lair of an agent armed with weaponry. The Church of Valor has not lifted weapons in many hundreds of years. They see it as a anathema to their deity in many circles. He has made clear that he does not want anything to do and rescinds any connection this person may have to his church and he is very sorry that he did not notice it sooner. She will be like and wanted to be questioned if we are able to find her whereabouts. There's silence in the room. She looks at you, Hendrik.
Yeah, I have no issue with that.
She says,
It is very convenient that they had a essentially secret underground base directly next to the mausoleum. It strikes me as impossible that they would not know about that.
Things can be kept secret for some time. If
I'm sure that, well, it is something new that I am familiar with, and word will reach the Golden Council of its discovery. It will be investigated thoroughly in my report. I'm sure to send and have to make many alterations to. She, again, she repeats, thanks to the group of you, and saving the two Hercule siblings, forgiving the trespassing man of his soul, and all this. I believe the five of you are of more use to us above ground than locked in a cell for a crime. Definitely we're not involved in as best as we can discover. Now comes the future. What are your intentions going forward with your objectives, this Veinstone notes, ciphers, your now, I guess, vendetta against the six-fingered man with slates and the missing ladies and child?
my priority will always be the safety and health of the people. Slade Galagos has requested our aid. That will be mine. That will be my task, and I will see that to the end as best I can.
She nods.
I intend to go to Breakwater. The next part of the pathway to the Six Finger Man, whether he exists or not, is in Breakwater.
Very well.
There is.
Looks
Okay.
looks towards Torkel and Noi, Thoric.
You
Yeah.
want to go first, Sean?
No, you can go first.
Okay, well, Thoric just says, well, there is much to learn. There is much to find out about the six-figured man and this new unfortunate set of circumstances that we find ourselves in. So I'll be pursuing both for the protection of the people and the gathering of knowledge.
He nods. And any future intentions with the two younger children of Bar Razir to the east?
Oh, fuck, I forgot about them.
Just want to know directions of your party, that's all.
It's undecided. We might. Honestly, it's undecided.
I would, as I spoke to Torkel and Alfonso, I would suggest that now that we're in a more private setting, rather than the staff that I had around me at the time, intention on their part, these two Draconids, will be to establish cults loyal to them. Creatures, peoples that will serve them, as you saw demonstrated with the kobolds and reformation of their leadership structure that you wrote about, Eric. They will be a problem at one time or another. Whether or not you deal with them or others, I'm sure that they will either be expunged or have to leave in one way or another.
Lyranok, do you want to take over?
I believe that there is still potential for them to be changed from their path. They have the potential to do so much good. I would like to pursue at some point or another possibility of discussing with them, potentially opening the arms of the Concord to them. We know dragons, they are intelligent beings. They can choose to do things. It is not necessarily directly of their nature. They do not wish for them to die simply because of what they were born as. I wish to give them another option, but I do still acknowledge that if they are committed to their path, then, and I believe as a last resort, would they need to be dealt with in a violent manner.
She nods. From what I can see and tell, you just want what's best for the people of wherever you travel to. Safety, civility, peace. There is a price to be paid for all of these things. All of this world around us, this prosperous town that we're in, Rakmir. The many people suffered and died to make it as prestigious and productive as it is. Some will die in the future. Some forests will wither and rot and never regrow. Meanwhile, others will rejuvenate and be more impressive than the one originally before. If my Thesnir clergyman is to be believed, I need to speak more often with them. Now, Hendrik, there is one pointed thing I want to address to you. Are you listening?
Yes, but I think the zone of truth is ending right
No.
about.
No, it's not.
It's been 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes.
They don't have to follow the rules.
God damn it. He casts again.
They
You
have
mean to
s-
tell me? You mean to tell me a civilization of clerics that existed for 1,500 years can't work out how to extend a spell by 10 minutes?
they have
I
a
mean, I
mage
can't,
trapped
but
in a cage on the wall that just keeps casting it.
Fine, Gabriel, recast the spell.
damn it.
You
I
can
wanna
reroll a charisma
save.
save. Yeah,
No,
you
no,
roll a charisma
I don't
save.
bother. I don't bother
I do.
saving. I don't bother
Okay.
saving.
I
But that encounter was canonical. I
And
did say it's ending just about now.
I want you to know, Orly. Make a religion check, Orly, since you're Brashiel, with advantage.
Sure.
You feel anyway.
Who passes? Orly, you're going to hell.
No.
8. Zone of Truth, it's a complicated spell. So she looks towards you, Hendrik, and she says, for someone so loyal to a great and all-seeing prime mind god like Tyr, you do not seem to look upon yourself much often. You seem to place a lot of worry and risk into that of your own hands and abilities. But I ask you this, not to answer, but just to ponder. Do you think Tyr, within his halls of heaven, rests with all the shoulders of responsibility? No, he has 11 other brothers and sisters, a wife, that he shares the greatest responsibility of our peoples, of these lands, of our very souls. He trusts them. He trusts them greatly. He entered an accord, the great concord, with them all to establish a world where we experience eternal life, rejuvenation, and health and happiness. The gods are difficult to understand at times, but Tyr is one of the most simple, in that he was hurt long ago, but he eventually learned how to heal from it, how to accept others, and learn from their strengths to better aid in his weaknesses. Looks towards Thoric at this point. Thoric, Bulwark. As I said, your deeds have arrested and halted many things going wrong. I have a responsibility, I feel, to ward against future suspicions amongst your troop. There are people in this world that know that things can go wrong, and people need to step up. And even though they may never be seen or murals were built, they do it anyway, because it protects people, protects their souls, protects their families, protects our way of life. I cannot say much more than this, but this is a token. And she takes out a small platinum item. It appears to look like 1/3 of a jeweler's interpretation of an Aedeline petal, the national flower of Erith. And it's solid platinum and it shines a reflective light of the torches. She just kind of dwarven accuracy just tosses towards you. Do you catch it, Thoric?
Are my hands still manacled? Does that give me disadvantage to catching it?
Make a dexterity check, DC 13. Make a, yeah.
Dex.
Oh!
She throws it, it hits me, and then I swing for it.
Yeah.
I
She
mean,
throws
hey, listen,
it,
it's no -1 though.
yeah. You don't catch it, and it lands at your feet. And she just chuckles. Oh, these old wizened old hands. That's my fault, unfortunately.
Lol, no. Anyway, yeah.
No, she couldn't say that because that's she couldn't say that 'cause that's a lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both ways. You crouch down to pick it up. If you show this to the right people at the right time, they will understand your importance. You must guard it well. It is not a simple jewelry item to be pawned off, but when someone who's on the same path as yours sees it, they will recognize your importance. But I entrust this with you, but it is to represent all 5 of you, should the worst come bearing down of the law. It is not a freedom to commit acts of lewd violence and break our strict laws, more or less an explainer and the verification and trust of an Archevit.
Did we just become a Thane?
Yes. Is this something that's been done like before? Like it's a known quantity that sometimes this happens, or
None of you have ever seen this happen before.
Oh,
None of you.
is the priest of Tyr that I saw before in this room within this
Yeah,
spell?
that's Gabriel. Yeah, the same one.
I'm right here. Yeah.
Gabriel, the one that went to the fountain, help excavate that. Yeah, he's still in this room. Yeah. He's the other one on the table.
Oh, was he? Sorry. Okay, my brain was all over the place. Has he been questioning us at all?
He opened up the dialogue. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Just that's okay.
He speaks. Valerian speaks. As Hendrik says, if your intentions are to head towards Breakwater, it is not a city running smoothly for the moment. The Archzealot position still has not been replaced, and there are many, many difficulties facing people there, from what I have been able to learn. So be prepared to have some difficulty thrust in your way, more so than would be normal before the tragic death of the Archzealot.
Okay, thank you.
Perhaps this 6-fingered man was involved, but if you find evidence of this, please be sure to either contact me or other prestigious powers within the region to declare this information. She looks-
Orly will speak up.
You go ahead, Ori.
Is there any information that, if we're going to be pursuing this to help the people, is there any information that we perhaps haven't gleaned ourselves that you might be able to help us with for this investigation? And I'm looking at Gabriel, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at them
Mhm.
when I say this.
He, Valeria looks to him. Unfortunately not. These records of a six-fingered man are the first to appear. This SMR woman, this angelic being, whatever records were in her holdings that might detail more information, they were destroyed by a fire which cannot allow things to be rebuilt from it. So that repository of knowledge is lost to us. So even more desire to question her is warranted.
Does it-
Warn you of caution of her. If she is able to lie to you, to them, maybe perhaps thrice, just be wary of that individual. And I say this with the greatest respect to all angelic beings on this earth.
Does it, like, we're obviously under this zone of truth or whatever, but
Mhm.
I'd still like to see if they are, like, can I trust
Make an
this
insight
person?
check. Make an
Sure.
insight check.
God damn it.
He is under the same effect of a spell as you and cannot lie. And
Yeah,
he seems to be
okay.
speaking like a well-practiced judge. At this point, Velia Stratton just taps her knuckles with heavy dwarven knuckles with some rings on the table. Dunk, dunk. Now it is time to deal with this mess. And you see three brass shields enter with a heavy wooden barred chest with iron reinforcements along it, with made out of cherry red wood. You recognize this chest, Orly
Yeah.
or Alfonso. The chest is then brought to the back of the chamber. You see that it is unlocked. There is a key inside of it. The key turns, it unlocks, and Valeria then gestures towards the brass shield, who then walk over and unshackle all of you from your manacles.
Cast Fireball.
He says, after long discussion, you're not muted by the way, Sean. These items were found in the cache underneath the Ash Keeper's hold at the Sanctum. He has declared he wants nothing to do with any of the following. He considers them unnatural to have been so close and venerated by a follower of Vela. And I think that they would benefit serving the five of you more so than anyone else. You may take the chest with you, or have a look now. But as far as my duties have been performed, you have my trust, you have a token, and you have all of your belongings will be returned to you. Yes? And she looks toward between the two of them, and they both nod in unison at the same time. Yes, I'll sell it. All right. To go and talk to the Church of Erith. A busy day for me indeed.
Okay.
She sweeps her long arch-zealot robes, and she walks out the back door.
Okay. Let's get this stuff, get our stuff together, go get breakfast, and then we can investigate the chief of the guard, the fellow who was murdered.
The captain,
The captain.
Raimundo.
Yes, I think the woman and her child are probably out of our reach at this point, and if they're headed anywhere, it's to Breakwater. And we should investigate that one last lead before we get out of here, if everyone's okay with leaving here.
You hear just this year cough to draw your attention, Hendrik.
What's that?
Uh,
Yes.
Further investigation of Captain Raimundo won't be required. We have spoken with him, and he has confessed his crimes.
Was he not the one who's dead? Oh, there was
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
it was cleaning. It was cleaning house. Oh,
Oh.
yeah,
he was then.
yeah. Leonard sort of goes, looked disappointed, but like, oh, okay. Then
And she looks
He was
towards.
such a nice person, though. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm once I hear that, I'm like, I want my stone back. I want my stuff
Okay.
back.
All right. So I'll describe two things that happen. Gabriel and Orsia just this year say basically to you that they are going to be undergoing a heavy investigation over all their personnel, all their staff, all their clergymen in this, and they thank you very much for helping raise concerns of infiltration. Now, under the cool stuff in the chest, I'll describe to you what you see. You see an ornate, dark olive made, well maintained and crafted hand crossbow. You see a similar wood, a quarterstaff with silver end cups of metal on the either side of it, and it is inscribed with litanies of protection by the goddess of Vela, like ribbons and vestments like of religious scrollwork wrapped around each the midriff of the staff. There are two pieces of two jerkins in here. One which looks quite light and is dark material. It is a very kind of almost like not opulescent, obscurant. It seems to kind of suck in light more than anything. It kind of looks darker than anything else in here. You see that there is a ring, a heavy, ornate ring made out of solid gold and polished to a sheen, and it is inscribed with words of power from the goddess of Vela within the Celestial. There's another jerkin there, which seems just, it almost looks just like a basic jerkin, but feeling its material, it feels harder, more resilient than others. And finally, you see a mask. You see a mask of a perfect woman's face, almost angelic in beauty, with a single tear running down the left eye. And inside, you see a couple of bottles, potions. You see a potion which has dense purple liquid and an ovoid cloud of pink floating within it. You see what you recognize to be an old archaic way of recovering health, of 3 potions of health. You see 3 empty potion bottles, but when you pick them up, they do have weight in them. They have a liquid, which you cannot see within inside of it. And you see that there is a strange amulet there as well. It is a pendant which has a heart grasped around it within the chain. Does anybody have the identify spell?
I have it as a ritual.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have identify prepared.
I can quickly just post what these things are, and then we can just go to see
I
who's
got the last bit. Was there's a quarterstaff and a mask?
you
Yeah.
missed everything else.
The quarter of a mask.
There's
There's
also 170
a crossbow.
pieces.
Yeah. There's some potions. There was a pendant.
There's a
Cool, I got
pendant
all
in
that.
there, yeah.
Just as a side note,
Some
Cypher,
jerkins.
maybe during the break, would you mind sending me a description of the amulet that was tossed to me, if that's okay?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Thanks.
Mhm. It is like a one
There's
missing. Is a one missing third of like an airline petal, a soft, like a platinum, recreation of like a perfect summer growth airline petal, which is like this lovely summer rose of 3 petals. You gonna ask something, Sean?
Yeah, sorry, it was a hand crossbow, right?
It's a hand crossbow, yeah.
And the jerkins were opaque.
One jerkin was darker than the other, and the other jerkin is like normal, but feels like more protected than the other. Feels like denser
Okay.
and firmer.
Dense jerkin. Okay.
And I can post what these are.
And they said they didn't want them because they'd been too close to like a cult.
Marcinio Dias declared that he wanted nothing to do with them because they were found within the quarters of the Azamar agent, the double agent, and that religion doesn't really practice violence anymore. So they wanted nothing to do with any weapons that, even though they're exactly made for that. Faith, around that faith, he wants nothing to do with them.
And he's the priest of.
He's the kind of the high priest of Vela, the goddess of death. He was the one who done the final send off for Nathaniel Everstone.
Yeah,
showed you the missing urn chambers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would I know how long this new practice was brought in for Vela to not own weapons?
A couple hundred years.
Couple of 100 years, okay.
Yeah. They've definitely they used to be like in the time of champions when there was a lot more uncertainty. Every church had their own warrior orders, but as life has become more peaceful and the Templars took over more of that responsibility, a lot of churches have scaled back or completely removed their martial aspects of it.
And Sophia's lair, that seemed old, right?
Yeah, that was old.
Okay. I missed the chest, by the way. I'm gunning it to get my own stuff back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You all recover your items, and I'm going to post to you what it is. So I'm going to post this in Roll20. So the ring, the golden ring, it is a ring of heavenly power. Wearing this ring, you get a bonus to spell attack rolls turned by the ring's rarity, +1. In addition, you ignore half cover making a spell attack. The what do you call it? The staff is a +1 quarter staff. It is a Valen battle staff. And whenever you attack a undead creature, you deal an extra 1d8 damage to this weapon, and the creature's disadvantage on saving throws against effects that turn undead until the start of your next turn. The jerkin, the dark black jerkin, is a jerkin made of shadow silk. It is it gives you advantage on dexterity stealth checks. It also is breathable, and it has tier 1 armor proofing. So it reduces 6 points, or if you take less or up to 6 points of slashing damage, the damage is negated. The clothing, the one that feels more sturdy than other. You're not muted, by the way, Sean.
Yeah, sorry.
The other jerkin is a chameleon jerkin. It also has armor proofing tier 1, so it has the same ability as that. It allows you to use a bonus action to assume the appearance of any normal set of clothing or other kind of armor you decide what it looks like, including style, accessories. You're considered trained with this armor even if you lack the light armor proficiency, so anyone can wear it. Then,
dear God, that sounds good to me.
And then we have Sly Grasp, the hand crossbow, which has a bunch of tags. And also, as a bonus action, you can activate the crossbow to change a regular piece of ammunition into a binding bolt. Whenever you hit a medium or large creature, it must make a dexterity, DC 15 dexterity saving throw or become restrained until the start of your next turn. You can only activate this ability once per turn. The creature can make a DC 15 athletics check to break free at the end of its turn. So if you ever choose to add the items, I can add the tags in and we can put it in the inventory. Finally, we come onto the mask. This is known as the Death Mask of Haliza. It requires attunement by a paladin or cleric. It has a long description. It has a couple of abilities. While you're attuned to this Death Mask, on your first turn, when you have to make a death saving throw, you immediately succeed one death saving throw. This ability refreshes at the end of a short or long rest. Did that send? Does Vampire on Death? That did not send for some reason. Is there like a cap and stuff that can be? Okay, I don't know why that's doing that. Anyway, next ability. As a bonus action, you can cause a melee weapon you've equipped to burn with ghost fire for 1 minute. Whenever you hit a creature, you deal additional 2d4 radiant damage. Whenever you attack an undead creature's feature, the radiant damage reduces the undead creature's hit point maximum by that amount. The creature recovers damage to its hit point maximum once it finishes the long rest. If an undead creature is reduced to 0 hit points by this feature, it is irrevocably destroyed and cannot be resurrected or raised. This ability recharges after a long rest. Dismantle Undeath. Whenever you use an action to use your channel divinity, you can use it to 6 allied creatures within 30 feet of you. They all gain the cleansing flame ability until the start of your next turn, and it only applies to melee weapons. And this recovers after a long rest.
I know time was of the essence, but I can't believe she left some of this shit.
He's not a paladin or a cleric, so he can't wear
This
any
is
of
true.
that. Right, I'll post the descriptions in D&D as well. So I don't know if you guys want to have a quick 10-minute break or work out who's got what.
A break would be good.
I need to get a cup of coffee, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go take a 10-minute break.
Cool. Actually, Sean, before you go, your computer, did you get an NVIDIA card?
Did I get anything on my body yet?
Oh, you haven't bought it yet? Oh, okay. No worries.
Oh, right then.
I think I will buy an video card though, but I need to put it all together on one of those websites and then order it. So I'm thinking of doing that this week coming up since Black Friday.
Because you also use
it's more just that with the NVIDIA card, you can use NVIDIA Broadcast, which means you can keep your microphone on without the background noise. Just to let you know.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Also, last thing before we quickly go, the potions of healing are not actually potions of healing, they're potions of poison. They are disguised, and identity reveals the truth of them.
Interesting.
Oh, the good
They're
thing we
trying
didn't
to
use them
poison
then.
us.
Also, the item is a Pripyat of health.
Oh,
So we're like
While wearing this
just-
pendant, you can take the magic action to regain 2d4 plus 2 hit points. Can't use it again until next dawn. You have advantage on saving throws to end or avoid being poisoned.
Nice.
You guys just got a bunch of her fucking shit for free. No consequences.
love it.
And all because I gave the journal. High five, everyone.
Yeah.
that journal I made the only reason we're not in prison, but I think it's fair to say that I'll be okay with taking the quarterstaff. I don't think. Oh, actually, no. I guess Hendrik could potentially use it.
I see how many magic item attunements do I have at the moment? I have 2.
That's a good point.
The name escapes me already, but the health thing, so I can quickly get some
Yeah.
health. That might be handy.
Carry out.
That might be handy for me purely because I'm diverting damage to myself a lot. So the longer I can keep myself in the fight, the better. If that's okay with people.
Yeah.
Sure. That's one interesting. Yes, I have one attunement slot is already taken, so I should...
Where is
It is a
that?
Pripyat of health is what you're looking for. You might be able to drag it in
is
from
in
the old
compendium.
SRD. Yeah, it should be in there. Make sure to drag the SRD version rather than the 2024 version because it won't work with your sheet.
So Pripyat, as in the place where Chernobyl is, or how's it spelled?
It's like Periapt, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very apt.
Sorry, it's not Pripyat. I don't know words.
Periapt of health. There we go.
I take it you're taking Sly Grasp, by the way, Orly.
What was Sly Grasp again? Was that the
It is a hand crossbow.
Oh, I'll take that. Yeah.
It has a sight pin, which means it crits on 19s.
Oh,
shit.
fuck! You just gave that to a rogue.
Yep.
Oh wait, so the health one is different to what you explained.
Sorry, I might be using the 2024 version.
The
Read me
health,
20.
it might be wound closure you're looking at.
This might be a new item I didn't added in 2024 edition.
The preventive health in the normal one is immune to contact and disease.
I think you meant the wound closing one, Cypher.
Yeah.
No, even wound close is different.
No, I'm using this is a magic item from 2024, so you can
okay.
have that 2024 version.
Okay, cool. So you may have to send me what its abilities are then.
I will send it to you. Hopefully this link works.
I shall take Sly Grasp, I guess. And if nobody else is using the Shadow Silk, I'll yoink that as well.
Okay.
Hendrik may have an interesting book.
I think he wanted the Carmelian one.
It sends me to buy the book.
Okay,
Can you screen cap it?
Yes, I can.
Oh wait, that was
Oh.
which one's the? Yeah, I think Hendrik wants the Carmelian one.
Someone
I don't
posted
know.
it in there. Health.
So you're taking Sly Grasp, Orly?
Yeah, and I think I'll grab the Shadow Walker as well. And if somebody else has a better use for it, that's fine. But
Okay. Just drag a new hand crossbow into your inventory, and I'll change its abilities and put the tags in for it.
cute, thank you.
Does anyone have issues with me taking the battle staff?
No.
I have no issues with that.
So
I
it
didn't
says
think they would, but
sorry, it says magic action. So in
It's just an action.
2014, just a full
Yeah.
action.
just an
Okay.
The damage also is not 1d8, is 1d or 1d6. It is now 1d8. It has oiled string as well, which means what's oiled string do again? You get a +1 to damage rolls as well, so it's actually got a +1 to its damage as well.
Oh, I can't drag another hand crossbow in
It's
because
alright.
it's
I'm
already
editing
there.
one. It's alright.
All right, nice one. Cheers. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I think just for what we're explaining and who's getting what, I'm going to be keeping the break in the video.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. So a slight pin oiled string, and it is now superior.
Toxie, Learnock. Does he have any use for the mask, or can I take it?
no. You can have it. I was going to offer it because it's very damage focused, and that is not what Lyranok wants to specialize in. Like he would have taken it if no one if no one else could have used it, but
Yeah.
it's like it would have been good on basically it would have been better on anyone else that could use it. So I'm very happy with just the quarterstaff if people need. But also I already have magical headgear. I don't having a second might clash.
Yeah.
Well, unless we just go unless it follows Team Fortress 2 rules, where I keep stacking headgear
Stacking
and
them
get
on
their
top of each other.
effects.
Got all this done, and then I'll add it in the bonus action.
I'm assuming the ring would probably be good to either our sorcerer or cleric.
I'm assuming that Ryan will want that, considering he's a damaged cast sorcerer, or is that more of like? I think I have more
Check the
utility
checkbook.
spells loaded at the moment.
Where's the description? Why isn't the description showing? Saving throw, dex.
Huh.
Yeah, flat.
Interesting.
This should work, right? Sly grasp. You can roll the advantage. No. As a bonus action, you can. Okay. These 15 dex. Okay, cool. That shows up. Nice. Have you added the core stuff?
Yeah, kind of, but it actually because quarterstaff uses two different rules, it's done it a bit weird. So basically, like it's got 1d6 and then it's 1d8 additional damage when it should be either or.
Ah, okay.
So
You can put it in the
I'll
description
just-
and just roll a d8 if you hit
yeah,
undead creatures.
no, it's yeah. Well, it's d6 because I'll be one handing
Yeah.
it most of the time.
I'll send you the full detailed description of the death mask of Eliza, by the way, Sean, just so
There
you
you
can
go.
copy it in.
Okay. I've got it in currently as Valen Battlestaff. That's only the one-handed version, if at some point, but I'll make a two-handed version.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, it counts as a magic weapon, by the way, for overcoming resistances.
Sick. Cool. Let me just check this. Yep, that's a little better. No more critting for 2. No, we're critting for 4, or whatever the hell I did. Now we're critting for 5, baby.
Yeah, if you guys killed her down there, you would have found other stuff as well, but it's probably a better outcome.
That wasn't going to happen.
There was also 170 gold pieces. I don't know if someone wants to keep track of that. and then all the potions as well. Yeah, I think I posted that there's a potion of mind reading and then a
Oh no,
potion
I
of
think it's 1d8.
invisibility. Yeah.
Okay.
So potions of poison, just so people are aware. And we'll just bring them up.
There we go.
And I'm using the 2024 version.
Right, fine. Yeah, I think I'd rather have it that, and then if it is an undead, I'll just roll the d8 manually, because otherwise it just gets messy and confusing.
Yeah, so potion of poison. This concoction tastes and looks like a potion of healing. However, it's actually masters illusion magic. If you drink the potion, you take 4d6 poison damage and must succeed a DC 13 con save or have the poison condition for 1 hour.
Hmm.
All right, I'll let you guys sort out the last items. I'm just going to put the dogs outside.
Okay, boys. I'm back.
Ryan, you wanted the chameleon jerkin, right?
Is everyone here?
Cypher's gone off to thing. He didn't let us just sort out the rest of the items.
Okay, cool. You mind if I
You cut out.
take over the running? I'm not going to distribute, but I'm going to take over. How are you? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just roll through each. If we'll read them from the top to the bottom, and then if you want them, speak up. And then the people who do want them,
I think a couple of us have already taken some stuff because it's like
yeah.
not really useful. Like,
oh well, I'll take some stuff too then.
So
Yeah,
I've taken the periapt of health.
Okay, hold on. Let's fucking. Let's
I mean,
make sure we get everything right.
we
Let's at least
tangentially got it, obviously, if an argument can be made, but
let's at least do it because I don't want you getting left behind and whatever. Death Mask of Hostliza.
that's like Eliza.
That's why that's mine.
Whatever. Tim, anyone else want it?
Nope. It's only useful for me and Sean.
Yep.
And Sean
Looks
has
good.
it.
Cleansing Flame, melee weapon.
Oh no, that's part of the death mask.
Oh, okay, I see.
Death mask is a hell of a magic item.
That's a hell of a thing. Jesus. Okay, Chameleon Jerkin. +1 armor. Bonus action. I would like that. Anyone else on it?
Take it.
Nope.
Okay, what type of fucking armor is it?
I mean, technically, actually,
What type of light armor?
Doesn't actually specify.
Yeah, okay, we'll go over it later.
We'll check this.
Yeah.
It's
Ring of Heavenly
it's
Power.
12 or 13, I think, or
Ring of Heavenly Power. I want that. Anyone else want that?
What was it?
Ring of Heavenly Power. +1 to.
It's again useful for you and Sean was happy for you to have it.
Yeah, you can have it if you want.
Yeah, the +2 attack rolls way more useful than the damage roll to me because there's spells I have that can give you guys bonuses. Shadow Walker Jerkin. I imagine that's gonna be a Stody thing.
Yep.
Assassins. Anyone else want it? Just Stody?
Just
Stody.
Okay. Okay. Make sure you add it to your character sheet and all that. Battle Staff.
I'm taking that unless you want it specifically because
no, I'd be.
I don't think anyone else really uses battle quarterstaffs than me right now.
I took a melee weapon from you now. Sly Grasp Hand Crossbow. Restrained. Oh, that's interesting. My dex is shit though, so not me. Anyone else want it?
I think Stody's having it.
Stody, you having it?
Sorry, what was that?
Sly Grasp Hand Crossbow.
Yeah, I got that one. Yeah.
Okay, that was good. Potions of Invisibility. We can share those out.
The potions,
or we just give them all to Stody, I guess. Actually, I would like to have.
You guys want? I think you guys would be better. Instead of me.
Okay, I can see advantages of that. Although, if you're a sneaky boy, and you sneak in and you get found out and you're in a bad spot, it would be a lifesaver to have one of these.
That's true. I'll take one.
Okay, you'll take one. I'll take one. Who wants the other one?
Oh, the invisibility.
Yes.
I don't think invisibility is going to help me much.
No, it wouldn't help you at all.
Or me. Honestly, two to Stody might be good.
Or two to or 2 to you.
Or 2 to Ryan.
Yeah, I think you take 2. I'll take 1.
I'll
Or-
take 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, if
Yeah, we
needs
can
change, we
flip
can
them
always
around if needs
adjust
be.
this.
Over my dead body, these are my treasures. Potions of invisibility. Let me add that in
You've
because I'm
got
not
2
forget.
magic items.
I know, I'm kidding, dude.
How dare you? No, yeah, obviously. I'm with this. Also, I think I'm not sure if you hear the potions of health are in fact potions of poison.
Why the fuck did they give this to us?
So that we, as honorable members of society doing the best for the realm, can commit deceit and subterfuge and poisoning.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good.
That or they were trying to kill us. One of the two.
Oh no, little Timmy hurt his leg. Here, little Timmy, have a potion. Okay, potions of poison. I mean, they sound funny. I'll take them.
I would actively like to avoid any with the poison. And then 170 gold pieces between
Okay.
5 of us. So like what, 33, 34 gold each.
34, you said?
34 gold each.
I think so. Rough maths off the top of my head. Hang on.
No, I just did it. You're good.
Oh, really? Yes. Haha. And who says maths degree was useless?
A side note, Ryan, I sent you a thing.
I'll check on it in a moment. While wearing this pendant, you can use a magic action to regain health points.
Yeah, fine.
I think we know who that's going to.
That's going to me, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. What the fuck is a periapt?
Let me...
I think it's a small. Is it? I think it's a stone.
an item worn as a charm
magic
amulet.
armor amulet.
Yeah.
Oh, he never edits his stuff. He just types additional. Okay. Okay, cool. That's funny, dude. There's no way that's real. That's pretty funny. Okay. I think that sets us up for everything, right?
Yeah, that's everything, I
That's
think.
everything.
Oh, you know what? I think the chameleon jerkin's just clothing. It just gives +1 armor.
Yeah, I think they're both gambesons now that I
No.
think about it.
Because it's got the armor proofing thing.
I think they're
Oh, it's
gambesons, yeah. So that's what leather. That is leather armor, then, right?
I want to ask permission because this thing you can make it look like clothing or whatever. Well, already, okay, never mind. That didn't make sense. Yeah, you might be right.
Oh yeah, because if you look at Shadow Silk, actually, I don't think it's determined whether it's clothing or a gambeson either. It says, well, wearing normal clothing or a gambeson made of Shadow Silk and no other armor you have advantage. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Armor proofing. I have to pull up my damn book.
Oh, basically, it's if you take 6 or less damage of a specific type. I think you will need to check actually. Yeah, but you take none. Like off the top of my head, I think non-proofing 1 was slashing. So it was like if you take 6 slashing damage, you just take 0.
Oh, because of the format, and I was reading that wrong. It's Shadow Walker jerkin, not Shadow Silk. Okay.
Yeah, so Shadow Silk is the material.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay. Okay, the armor gets a +1 to armor class because of the armor proofing, I think.
No. At least it shouldn't do. So, at least in the book, I think the +1 was like an alternative to the armor proofing ability.
I'm back.
Hello,
Oh,
hello.
I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
what is the armor type of the chameleon jerkin? Because it doesn't actually say what type it is.
It
Is
is
it
a
a
jerkin.
gambeson? Oh, it's a leather
The-
jerkin. Oh, that is a fucking thing. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 12 plus your dex modifier.
Plus the 1, because it is +1.
That one is +1, correct. So be just drag like a +1, leather armor equivalent out.
So leather, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So Cypher, if I'm gonna grab the Shadow Walker jerkin, that's what's breathable again?
Breathable means you have advantage on condition saving throws against exhaustion effects due to extreme heat. So it's like armor and
Ah,
ability.
okay.
It is in the PDF.
And if
but
I just replace this with my current leather armor, which should be just a gambeson anyways,
Yeah.
I'm fine for getting the advantage on dex checks.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, that's how that works. There's no like it needs to be in dim light. It's just gives you advantage on dex checks. But you would be aware of this. Both these pieces of armor are very well made. They're very well kept after. They have had a series of flawless repairs, and they're old. They're old style fashion of skirmishing armor as well. All right, the ability, or not the ability, but the armor proofing for both of them is while you're wearing this armor, if you take 6 or less non-magical slashing damage before resistance is applied, you take none of the damage. So put that into the description of the armor and remember it.
I'm sorry, say again? This is for him, not me, right?
No, both of you. Both of you have the armor proofing tier 1 in that,
Okay,
that armor.
it was a bit mumbled. Is it just the same that's in the book, right?
Yeah, it's tier
the
1. Yeah.
6 or less non-magical damage. Okay.
Non-magical slashing damage.
Magical slashing damage, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take none of that damage. Oh, that's fucking great. I can go fight rats all day.
Let's do piercing damage, not slashing.
Oh, mice have knives. Or scimitars.
Yeah. They've all got scimitars. Okay. Is that everyone with their magic items done?
No.
Except for Sean's attunement, I guess.
No, because I got a ring of holy something or other.
Yes. Is that what you're taking?
Yep.
Okay. It's a ring of heavenly power. You gain a +1 to spell attack rolls, and you ignore half cover making a spell attack roll.
Nope.
Sure.
Buongiorno.
Yeah. So while you guys all like sort of inventory and all that stuff, you have basically been turfed out the Brass Shields Patrol House. It is basically 7 a.m. It's a new day, but you guys probably need to rest since you've been up all day.
Rest and a
break-
tune.
Breakfast first.
Ooh, yes. I doubt they fed
You guys
us.
want to do shawarma? We do shawarma? We do shawarma?
Hell yeah, let's do shawarma.
Cool. So that's definitely everyone covered for their items, all that stuff,
Yeah, I'm good.
except
So,
Everyone had gold, right? Remember add gold to your thing?
yep, 34 gold.
cool. We'll go over your attunement with that item later, because it'll be a thing.
Oh, it's a curse?
Talking-
Fantastic. Thank you. Okay.
No, why do you assume these things? I'm talking to
Because-
Sean, by the way.
Because we need to have
That's
a
actually
conversation
reminds
about
me.
that.
Does the weapon need attunement at all, or
Nothing needs attuned except Torkel's death mask. Death mask.
Oh, so the
Oh,
periapt doesn't
really?
the periapt doesn't require attunement. Nice.
Oh, okay. That's handy. Handy dandy.
Mm-hmm.
I have 17 periapts.
I don't think it requires attunement. Let me just check on the Prepared. Prepared wound, Prepared of health. That one does require attunement, though.
It's going to take me like 4 sessions to get used to all the things that this mask does. So I have to wear the death mask and then like walk around looking like a woman with a single tear coming down her face.
Well, you can attune to it, but I can say within the theater of the mind, you put it on when you want to activate it.
Okay, go.
Just get a piece of string, just tie it on your face, never leaves you.
Just wear it all the time.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
When I take a death,
I'm gonna roll a test real quick.
What are you saying, Sean?
so the wording for this, while you're attuned to this death mask on your first turn, when you have to make a death saving throw, you immediately succeed 1 death saving throw. That is in place of rolling for the first one, right? Or do you
Correct.
still roll the first one?
You immediately
You
succeed.
just immediately pass. Okay, that's fine.
I have a +9 to my spell attack now. I'm so fucking happy.
Very nice.
You're gonna need it.
I really hope we fight a lot of undead.
Just, I only have 2 spells that use spell attack.
It's not my fault.
I mean,
Yeah, but I use
currently
guiding
only have 2.
bolt like constantly. It's really good.
Guiding bolt is a good spell. So, where you guys it's early morning. The town is coming alive. I would remind you, it is the second day of Vela. Big perception check for me, please, Torkel. See these spots up, please.
Ooh, me. I get to do.
The rust monster here to take away everything.
19. Torkel. At a corner stand not far away from the brass shields as you're heading to look for somewhere for breakfast, you see someone setting out the new issue of the Vardian Chronicle.
I will go and pick that up.
Okay. It costs it costs 2 cubs, so 2 copper pieces.
I thought you were going to say 5 gold there. I was like, Jesus, something. How many copper pieces per silver piece? 10?
Yeah, you can just break one.
Yeah, so 8. I've got 8 copper, 2 silver, 117 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want to read the?
Up through it till I get to the. Oh well, yeah. I'll take a glance at the front page, but there's only one thing I'm looking for, and it's my dad's column.
All right, you go straight to your dad's column.
Yeah, if I can find it, yeah.
You do find it. Do you want me to post it to you, or do you want me to read it out to you? Because you probably share with the party.
Post it to me.
Okay.
See what it feels like to be Hendrik for 5 minutes. This will be good.
Hopefully, this should transport well enough. The bit at the top is the title. I'll just hyphenate that, and then author is Alvis Gunnarsson, but there's another couple articles there as well. You read that. So you watch Torkel head off, grab a Vardian Chronicle paper, fresh off the presses. It's a day old, but fresh off the presses for you guys.
What year is it? 1599?
It's the year 1600.
1600.
I remember. Sorry. So is today the honor of the
Honor of the Urns, correct? Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that was like
That's like an evening thing. That's like as soon as dusk comes and darkness arrives, that's when that festival would be, or that event would be, that ceremony.
Okay.
Have we left?
Is it like one big ceremony somewhere in the city then, or is it the like go off and do your own thing?
It's one. Well, it's usually one big ceremony. It would actually be at the Sanctum of Ash. They would be erecting. They would be the past couple of days have been erecting a massive bonfire, for it.
Very well.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to send you the other articles as well, Sean?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool.
Every session, Cypher has to write a full newspaper.
It's not every session. It's a monthly thing. So every month there'll be a new newspaper.
It seems like there are escapees going missing.
Escapees, as in from the prisons.
Yeah,
I mean-
so I'll post the actual text.
If you go on
Escapees.
Legend Keeper,
By definition, are-
if you go on Legend
No,
Keeper
no.
and you click under Cultures and Society, you will see the Vardian Chronicle issues there.
Ooh,
Oh, that's why. That's so cool.
here is the one article.
No.
Just we're looking at the right one. Is this which one is the one you're looking at, Sean? Ellen convicts continue to despair. I'm assuming.
Each. Oh wait, you can just look at it legend for the time.
Mm-hmm. Who needs a note keeper when you got Legend Keeper?
I mean, hey, it's still handy to have notes being taken.
Yeah, it definitely is. Okay. So, you digest information, or you go over all of this. Shit.
I'm sorry for derailing stuff. I'm looking at ruins within the.
No, not allowed.
Okay.
It's arcane magic.
So there might be some out there, but holy shit, you're going to get looks if you have it.
I mean, if you've seen Hendrik, he already gets looks. I might as well just push that boundary a little bit further.
Interesting.
I need to buy a bedroll.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You can...
So you guys, well, where's the party going after?
I think food and then rest.
Yeah.
Going back to the
What does our timeline look for the
meeting?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
meeting? Yeah.
8 days, including this one.
1, 2,
Oh
3,
shit!
4,
Where's your
5,
meeting
6,
at, guys?
7,
I forgot.
8.
We
9
think
including
it's
this one.
9. Okay, sorry, 9.
On the 10th, yeah, meeting with Eric.
think
We're on the
it's
2nd.
We think it's Breakwater.
Wait,
We don't
Okay.
actually know for sure. Then
I'm sorry. I'm a bit rusty here. What is the meeting specifically?
it's the meeting with actually I'll let Sean
It's the meeting with Nathaniel Everstone's ex-husband.
But you don't know where.
Like we did. Newmonger
You got-
Avenue, listing
yeah.
34, the seller of Deep Red Cover.
So
Okay.
if I recall
You have an
correctly, we know
address?
it's not Erith. We know it's not
Oakheart.
and we know it's not
And not
Oakheart.
Raptor. Yeah.
But
Do we
so
know it's not here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Breakwater sounds good, isn't it?
Do I know anything about cities that typically use deep red coloured bricks?
Make a history check.
Long shot. Story. 21.
Nice.
You do.
Yay.
Much of the upper cliff faces of Breakwater are a dark crimson stone brick. It is also the material. Most of what the material out of the Great Storm Wall, which protects Breakwater, is made out of.
Excellent. Also, we're going to break.
Okay. You get food. You have yourselves. By the way, just real clarification. While you guys were in that chamber, you would have counted as completing a short rest, but I imagine perhaps you guys are probably just going to long rest now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I need a
We
long
still need
rest.
sleep.
Oh shit! There's something I want to bring up. Oh, the fucking dragons. We really do need to figure out what we're gonna do with the dragons before we leave.
I think we already know we're going to go and investigate, right?
Okay. I
mean,
I'm just looking at timetables. How long, DM? How long is it going to take us to get to Breakwater? I'm thinking 5 days, maybe 4 days.
4
4
days
days?
if you have good travel.
Okay, so that leaves us, let's say, an extra day in case something bad happens or you have to find something or whatever. That leaves us 5 days to get our shit done. So in 5 days, we need to leave for Breakwater. Agreed?
At
Okay.
least, to be honest, I think it'd be better for us to go earlier. And I think the dragons are the least time.
Yeah, but we already agreed that we were going
Like,
to do the dragons
the-
after Breakwater.
Like,
Yeah, because
we
of the
did?
time constraints. Yeah, because it,
Yeah.
it
Okay,
would have
that's
been.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Because
I'm
the
really-
travel to Breakwater and back is going to take too long.
Oh, back? We're
No, we don't need to go back, do we? Like,
No.
we're traveling. It takes 4 days to get to Breakwater, and then it'd take another 4 days to get up to the Dragon Place.
Yeah.
And we would only have a 1 day, so we may as well. We need to be in Breakwater. We can't fanny about taking
You're
risks
right.
up here.
again, especially because
Right.
we will need to find out like where that street is.
I totally respect that. Let's
Yeah,
go to
for sure.
Breakwater then.
Yeah,
And also prep for attending the meeting, because the meeting isn't just a let's rock up to the meeting and everything will be fine. The meeting's a let's make sure we're prepared for potentially being subject to some kind of fuel and spy inquisition thing. So,
Yeah.
gotta-
potentially, but at the same time, I think we'll make sure that you're leading that meeting.
okay, thanks.
Well, it's your connection. It's your connection.
Yeah, but you know, we put the big people first, so I don't die.
We don't know that there's going to be.
I assume that there's going to be violence, and be surprised if there isn't.
Well, we'll find out. But
Okay, so we will take a break here. We'll take a rest, long rest here, get ready for travel, get our mounts, and then head to Breakwater.
I think that's a good idea.
I think we could.
Is it possible to get faster mounts than the things we've got, or
You could buy horses if you wanted to.
Well,
how much are horses?
I'm so heavy, I'm not sure a horse could carry me.
A draft horse, right? A draft horse, maybe?
You could.
There must be somewhere, like, you're not the only Dragonborn, right? There are like, there must
There
be
are
mounts
Dragonborn.
that help.
We could try to get a cart.
Yeah, let's get to work a chariot.
Or a cart, yeah. Just thinking, surely it would make sense for there to be mounts that are able to carry significantly large.
Well,
There
I,
are. Yeah,
considering-
I mean, he has a large idol
I have a giant idol.
for him. It's a great
Like,
idol.
and what's the significant? Is there a significant distance between the horses and the Heidel's speed, or?
Hyles travel the same speed as humanoids, but
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but like, no
But
speed
you don't
or
tire.
endurance.
Yeah, don't tire.
A horse in this area is 150 gold pieces.
never mind, can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's
A
fine.
war horse is 400 gold pieces.
Nope.
What's the punishment for stealing a warhorse?
And a stone skin charger is 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, I want one of them.
You don't need one of them. You need like a little tricycle, okay? You can do whatever you want.
Give me the mask and I'll just go around like Jigsaw from the little.
You like to play a game?
Yeah, we'll give him a penny for
I
it.
think the Heidel's will probably do in terms of getting us there.
I mean, they're going to have to because we don't have the ability to get in.
Yeah, so I don't. To be perfect, I think we can probably at least wait until probably tomorrow. Though.
Oh, we need a long rest if that's what.
A, we need a long rest, and B, it's kind of it's a holiday event. You can stay for that.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, let's go eat, drink, and be merry.
We did just get a bunch of gifts, kind of from Vela. Would
After the
you know? I feel it would be in good taste to at least honor her day or their day. Actually, I don't recall.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I think
To be fair, they were confiscated items, so
Yeah, I think so. I think Vela was a goddess.
yeah, goddess of death.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember it was death. I can remember, but yeah, I think it would put us in good standing to
To be
honor
fair,
that day.
goddess
I agree.
Bella is quite close to Baldry as well. So
Yes, it is.
Let's how do we honor? What we sacrificing Hendrik? How do we honor death?
Make a religion. All of
Yeah.
you guys can make a religion check if you want to ask some questions about the honoring of the urn.
Racking.
I'll do a religion check.
Fuck.
Religion.
Oh,
nice. Nice.
Yeah. The paladin, no, paladin, the bulwark revised for this test.
Yeah. Oh, so that's why he failed the test. He was studying Valor instead of Bahamut.
I know not a damn thing about Valor, guys.
Hendrix probably never stayed in town long enough to experience one of these, and if he was, he's probably very young.
I found Valor distasteful.
I just want to roll to get a natural one now.
Death distasteful.
Never mind.
21. Thoric and Orly. The honoring of the urns is once a year religious ceremony where people will write letters, build artifacts, make meaning out of items to them, and there will be a ritual bonfire or fire prepared by the priests of Vela, and people will burn these items, and they will be destined to reach your loved ones within heaven.
Oh.
It's not like most of the fires, the ashes are collected. They don't lose any of the ash. They perform a religious ceremony, a spell, which encases the flames to a tolerable level, because these bonfires can get huge, especially in Rakmir. It's probably bordering on maybe 300 feet tall. This huge, tall, towering timber wooden structure, which has been harvested and eventually put up for the course of weeks. And people are able to get very close, within like 5 feet of a burning inferno, and they're completely protected from the fire, and they can toss something through the barrier, and it immediately is expunged and cindered and burned. The belief that the message that you give to your loved one will reach them.
Okay. Yeah, Torko definitely wants to go in and if you ask Thoric if he could have some paper from the notebook if possible. I don't think he carries any paper himself.
Yeah, I tear out a page.
And then he'll write a message on it, and he'll go and try and find some lavender and some mint, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll go down and toss the message into
the pyre is ignited around midday, so it'll be a while. But we can skip ahead a couple hours and say you guys long rest. That's no problem at all. So everyone can long rest.
Yeah, throughout the long, because I want to carve up something if I'm able to obtain a small piece of wood.
Sure. You find a small piece of wood, mark off a copper piece.
Sure, I'll give like a gold because of the festivities, whatever. I need to get a bedroll as well, actually.
The guy who was just sawing some wood for the extension of his building is extremely thankful that little thing you picked up, he got a gold piece for it.
Nice.
I need a bedroll as well.
Yeah, I get mine away, so I need a bedroll. How much is a bedroll, roughly?
Bedroll. Find it here. Control inventory. A bedroll. Bedroll is 1 gold piece.
Nice. Okay.
Bedroll.
Get bedroll back.
And with the piece of wood, I'm going to, before the bonfires list, I'm going to attempt to carve out a figure of a small child, like a boy.
Okay. Do you have wood carver tools?
I do.
Make a wood carving test. Apply dexterity as your modifier.
Cool. I just do a normal roll, right?
Yeah. Normal roll. Yeah. 23. You see over the course of a long rest, when Orly's on watch or maybe wandering and grabbing bite to eat, he comes back, and at the end of the long rest, Orly has prepared this really, really intricate and beautiful prepared piece of wood, which looks like a small child. It's almost got like, you can see like the flecks of like eyebrows and like little dots of pupils in it. Yeah, it's pretty stunning. So you guys are long rested. It's about an hour until the pyre is lit. Is there anything you guys want to do before it starts?
I would also just like to get a piece of paper from anyone, really.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
fine.
could just write a quick message.
Okay.
Whilst we're just waiting for this bonfire to start and the festivities to really kick off, and now that we're all together again. How do we feel about this double agent who gave me the name of Sophia?
What do you mean? How we feel about her?
Well, like we've only spent a brief amount of time, and I spent a brief extension of time, and she seems to be put in a bad light after the sentencing. But how do you feel about her, Hendrik?
Do you mean was she a good person? Is that what you're asking?
Sure.
Unknown. I suspect that she could have been I suppose it'd be triple agent. The only reason that I chose to trust her was that we knew where her hideout was, so that if she triple crossed us, basically, I didn't have a lot of faith in her story. We don't know anything about her.
I did manage to have a little bit of downtime with her outside of the walls of the city. Her persona changed quite a lot once we got outside the walls, and she seemed to be a lot less cryptic and confident. And I don't know. I feel like I trust her. She seems keen on following up with the six-fingered man, and she had also mentioned that she didn't really lead a social life. She only really knew her father, and from what I can gather, her father taught her what she knows. So I'm assuming he.
Secrecy can be a double-edged sword. It allows you to do things that you could not in the public eye, but such isolation can be the cost. Perhaps in going ahead and warning what was happening, then we have earned some more of her trust. Perhaps she is indeed another agent. At the moment, it's impossible to know for sure, but I choose to put my trust in her for now.
Well, okay. Well, that's good to hear. Because she did mention, and I pull out my. Where are we? Is there anyone around us?
You are probably in like a small booth within an unnamed tavern, eatery, and just catching up with your friends.
Okay.
The DM is there as well, munching bread.
I'll
Or for chocolate bourbon, in fact.
I'll pull out the deflection stone, and just to remind everyone, I suppose. Sophia did say she'd heard of more of these circulating down in each shade, and that might be some connection as to why or how six-fingered, whoever this person is getting agents into the likes of brass shields. And I don't know, I think it could be something to follow up on. She did agree. She helped me out to get back into Rackmere, to get back to you guys, and we agreed on a plan. She wanted to go down to Heatshade and follow up on these deflection stones. We have her name. We could send a message, or we could meet up and possibly glean more information that she receives. It's up to you guys. I do want to trust her, even though we've just gotten a lot of information that would probably lean towards the other side from that hearing. But I at least want to. We need. I feel like we need allies. Became very aware of that once you guys were arrested, and I didn't feel like I could help. I've never really been in a group before. I've acted individually, so I quite literally felt useless, and at least without her, even though she didn't, what small amount of help we gave to each other, it did help. I feel like we have each other, but other allies could be useful for what we're doing at the moment.
I agree. I'm wary of her though. Perhaps we go to Heatshed and do a little reconnaissance for ourselves, and then see if we can get in contact with her if we believe this request is necessary.
I'm happy with that. Heatshed is on the way to Breakwater at least, so
Yeah,
we don't
but I
have to go
believe
out
it's
of our way.
a couple of days. Does anybody disagree?
I don't. I have no issues with this.
Nope.
It would be good, and if
The only thing is, what if she asks for all of her things back? I see behind the mask that we've taken from her.
We, from the looks of things, when we were evading Priest of Tears' troop and their raid, she seemed pretty intent on burning everything and leaving everything behind. And to be fair, she did ask me to say thanks to all of you for obviously the help and her getting away unscathed. So I don't think she'd mind too much.
we shall see what happens when we come to it. But for now, I think it would be best for us to be prepared for the evening and for the journey on the morrow.
I agree. Also, my name
agree.
isn't actually Alfonso, by the way, guys.
Okay, Alfonso.
No.
I mean Orly.
It's best if we don't actually know your name, Orly.
Okay.
Wait, it's not Orly?
Well, whatever it is,
He just
trust
said it
you.
wasn't.
He said his name wasn't Alfonso.
Well, both. He implied the Orly.
Did I?
Did he?
No.
Wait, have we all been Have you all been using your real names this entire time?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. There's actually no reason not to.
Out of character, it's only today's
just-
session that made
just
me
Hendrix
realize
is like,
why have
"Oh,
I been using my
God."
real name?
Oh God.
So you're saying Hendrik isn't your real name?
I mean, but what's in a name but what you're known as?
Okay, literal actual embodiment of heaven light.
And
Alright.
therefore, my opinion is the only one that is truly valid, and you just listen to me.
So say some within the clergy. That's a more radical idea.
Well,
Yes.
Old
if
Testament.
everybody is ready, we should heal up and head out to the pirates, not to the heat.
Sounds good.
Alright. You head. More crowds are gathering. The street is quiet. This region beholds Vela's glory mightily. It is a region which has been marked with death in its history. One of the saints of Vela was born here, and many other followers follow in her footsteps. As is tradition, all other light across Rackmere is extinguished except those most necessary for life, for function. And you walk down cold streets, barren of light, in crowds, people excited, people ready to pass messages of love, of great news, of childbirth, of celebration, of humor to our loved ones within the next plane of existence, the next step of your journey, of their journey in the afterlife. As you head to the great field in front of the Sanctum of Ash, the ground has been prepared. A some 300-foot tall tower, about 40 feet in diameter, stands before you. It is completely covered in inch work, or inches covering nearly all the timber, of scrolls written with the names of everyone which is interred beneath the tombs of the sanctum, as is custom. Each of these ceremonies. That's their tradition, that they'll write every urn occupier within a piece of parchment, and it'll be placed on the pyre so that their name is there, and then if there's thanks or news to give on to, there is a connection there. You see not hundreds, not even thousands, but tens of thousands of names written in this scrollwork in beautiful blue and reds and yellows pigments within Celestial, signing their names. Ribbons of these scrolls seem to blow in the wind. It is a cooler evening when this happens. You see as Marcinio Dias, the priest who you've talked to many times before, starts to lead out a procession. A half circle of Valen monks, 3 in rank. They hold instruments. They hold incense burners. Marcinio Dias's headdress is lit with the dark billowing kind of grey smoke out of his headdress as he approaches. He speaks in Celestial, thanking the goddess, welcoming the ceremony to begin, giving a long tale of thanks to those who are on and how much we appreciate those who have left us, how much we wish that we could exchange these words in person, but that this ceremony of Vela will allow us to do the next best thing to the ones that we love who are no longer with us. And as he ends the sermon and this music stops, you watch him reach into his pocket and pull out a small strand of fibre with a waxy kind of sheen to it that you recognise was the material that Nathaniel Everstone was covered in before he was ignited. He speaks a word as it bursts into a dark green, bluish tinged flame of ghost fire, the Valen fire. The fire of an angry but also loving and caressing of the dead goddess as he casts it in. As he does so, the thing seems to pass through some kind of invisible shaping form of a field as then it hits the actual structure. And slowly, over the course of minutes and moments, you watch as the flames start to crawl and carry their way up the tower, igniting burning pieces of scrollwork, timber blocks falling. The heat is comfortable, though. You would expect a pyre of this size to have people back hundreds of feet from the heat. But no, people stand 10, 15 feet from the burning, infernal, almost like in piece of destruction in front of you. And then that's when it begins. It's not so much a line, but more of just a thing that people do. They walk up and they speak some words. They toss a letter in. They toss a toy. They toss a piece of furniture. And they start to laugh about an in-joke that they had with their uncle, who always loved that damn couch. You see people wistfully clearing their eyes, giving away prized possessions, donating them to their loved ones above. What's your letter say, Hendrik? Or not Hendrik, Torkel.
Torkel has written a short letter to Nathaniel, basically just saying that he hopes he finds peace in the afterlife and the forgiveness that he deserves, and that he will do whatever he can to continue the search and ensure that Eric and others are protected.
Very well. As you cast the thing through the barrier and it fades and it's immediately engulfed. For a moment you swear you hear the tapping of his long stick against the chalkboard in the halls of learning as he addresses Torkel. Eyes up. You don't know if it's real or not, but that memory, that noise, that moment when he calls you to pay attention flashes in your mind's eye.
Yeah, I'll like actually look up.
Yeah, you see the kind of burning flames, and you see all these things. You see schoolwork. Not so long ago, you attended a smaller pyre. But something's different. You've done many of these. You're a long-lived dwarf. Throw me a perception check, please. So you can see something.
Okay.
You stare into the flames. The letter gone, disappeared. And that voice in your head of that memory. There's just a lack of movement within the pyre. And a shape takes form. It seems to be a familiar chunk of missing rock which fell underneath a secret ruin, but just for a second. Something that had to be gone for you guys to get away with your lives. But you see that chunk of Vainstone hover for a second. Nothing more. Some omen or some warning, you're not sure. Okay. Is that you, Torkel?
Yeah, Tucker will take note and intend to talk to the rest of the party about it after we've finished our religious ceremonies.
Okay. Orly, Alfonso, Di Medea, what do you do?
Yeah, I've joined the queue, and as I get to the pyre, I'm gonna place the carving that I just made, and I mutter a prayer to Vela, to myself. I can say it out, or I can post it to you, whichever.
Whatever you're most comfortable with.
Sure, I'll just say it out loud. I'm trying to keep this to myself, anyways. But I'll basically, the prayer will be, Vela, please watch over my boy if he still lives, and help him avoid your final crossing. If my boy has been guided already by you, please tell him I'm so sorry, and that I love him, and that I'll be with him soon. And that's it.
Make a perception check for me,
Sure.
please. 14. You see the toy burst into flames. Its ash start to crawl and add just to the overwhelming pile of debris. That's what you see.
Okay.
Nothing else. No, just watch it be consumed by the flames. Has anyone else got anything to pass on? I believe Leonok, you had one.
Yes. Nock has just written he's probably done this a number of times, but he's written a note to his parents, who both passed on. Just basically saying, it's another year has passed. But, it's like another year has passed. I'm still here, doing my best to right my wrongs. We may not have always agreed on the best path, but I truly wish that you can look down, be proud of me, and that's it.
Okay. Make a perception check. Just but not for a second, you see the visage of an idealized version of your mother and father when they were younger, when you were still younger, when things were ideal, before the war, before the misery, before the suffering, before the death, before the killing, before you knew all of those things. When life was hopeful, when you were not asking for forgiveness for something that your country needed you to do. And there's peace and serenity as both your parents smile at you.
No, just like starts that joyful beaming, that just the remembrance that okay, yeah, he's doing the right thing, being reminded he's happy.
This is a very important holiday for a lot of people. A very important holiday. Despite Vela's absence in a lot of people's lives at certain times, it is a extremely comforting day.
Is
Hendrik,
everyone done?
do you have anything to give to the fire?
No, Hendrik has a strong distaste for this holiday. Hendrik he hates the idea of looking to the past and sort of fermenting on it.
It is
Hendrik is not here at all.
It is.
I
It is
know.
not. Okay, I'm just going to say it's not fermenting of the past. It's you're literally sending a message to your loved ones in heaven.
I know. Hendrik still views it as that.
Okay.
Hendrik is not here at all. Hendrik is making his way to the home of Slate.
Okay. All right. While your party is,
if we're done with the
Yeah.
thing, I don't want to
Yeah.
disrupt
No.
the.
I think perhaps Thoric is left. If he wants to
Yeah.
say anything, does he have any loved ones he wants to?
I mean, I suppose he's lucky in that his apart from grandparents and such, his family is last he knows alive and well.
Yeah.
So, I think probably he would take a page, and he would just whenever this holiday comes around, he would write just a note to his grandparents and such, saying sort of, "I'm still here. I'm doing good. Sort of thanks for everything you did while I was alive." Just a sort of general kind of, I appreciated your presence while here, and I hope you're doing well in the afterlife. And then on a separate piece of paper, it's probably the list of people he's fought beside who have died.
Mm-hmm.
Just the list of the fallen, just as a thing of, hey, you're still remembered.
Yeah, you do remember a lot of people were not a crazy amount, but people did die defending Vard from those creatures.
Yeah. So those two notes tossed in. With the general emotion from him being, I just hope you're all okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, commiserations and words to the great beyond happen. We see Hendrik. What does your armor look like, Hendrik? What have you made it appear as now that you're wearing it?
Hendrik has used his magical armor to change it into the exact form of the clothing that he's been wearing this entire time.
I see. Very cool. Give the illusion that you're less protected than you
Hendrik does not like change.
are. Okay. You walk up to Slate's home.
Is there anyone home?
There is not.
I would like to, if you'll allow me, pull a piece of paper or parchment out of nowhere because I don't have that in my inventory. But and
Mark off 2 copper pieces then for part.
get stolen. Oh, copper pieces. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. And I will just write. She is not in this city. We are continuing our investigation. We will send word to you on what we found.
Okay. In this moment for you,
and then
Hendrik,
he'll ask at the end, "Don't give up hope." And then he'll be done.
Hendrik, in this moment, when you offer news and a promise of progress, you feel a strange emotion you haven't felt for a long time, hundreds of years, of appreciation from another deity. It is not Tyr, it is not law, it's not justice, but like a familial love, a appreciation of your kindness. You feel just an inkling of Nemella's gratitude for your consideration of Slate's feelings.
That is a very old feeling that Hendrik used to know, and it bugs Hendrik to feel it again, but he doesn't hate it, but it bugs him.
Mm.
And that he'll continue on his way.
Okay.
He doesn't say no to it. He doesn't refute it, but it bugs him that it's there.
Very good. Take inspiration, by the way, if you do not already have it.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem. all of you take inspiration for your showing of caring at the Valen ritual. And with that, it is now the evening. The pyre has been celebrated. You can stay and watch the embers burn, but I imagine at some point or another you all reconvene, probably at a tavern house or an eatery or somewhere in Main Street in Old Town. What do you guys do now?
Yes.
The same thing we do every night. DM, get shit-faced drunk and pass out.
Try to take over the world.
Consume.
Try to not get arrested. Okay, are you guys just like basically resting the night in a tavern? And
Yeah, we
head off?
go to our tavern. Is it the Rose something or
The
other?
Bed of Roses tap
Bed of
house.
Roses.
The Bed of Roses. Yes, we go to the
Does
Bed of Roses.
Torkel want to discuss his thing? I know he said he did it, but
Yeah. Torkel, you there?
sure.
You're muted if you are. We'll remind him when he's back.
Yeah, no, I'm here. Sorry. Hello. Is it what I'm doing tonight before we go to bed?
Okay.
You're probably just heading to bed.
Are you going to attune to that item?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I think also he'll when we return to like the tavern or the inn. Sorry, he'll inform the party that let's say during the ritual when I burned the message to Nathaniel, there's something concerning that appeared in the flames. It could be nothing. It could be me getting old, but the block of bone that fell into the abyss when we were beneath the house flashed up. I'm not sure what it means, but it makes me feel nervous. Perhaps we should all be more vigilant in our comings and goings.
And
Okay, good night.
hang on, sorry. Just trying to an omen from the other vision from the other side of the veil cannot be dismissed. Could be that Nathaniel wished to remind you of its existence, that he feels it is important in the present, like immediate now. But I do not know if we could recover it or anything in the future. That seemed quite deep, quite.
We'd need a lot of rope.
And
maybe it would be pertinent to revisit the underground area and see if there is anything out of place.
Perhaps could do.
Looking to the Batcave.
I guess
Sorry.
we can add it to the list. What are we doing, anyways? What is the plan after today, tomorrow?
Okay, let's do an overview then. We are looking for the Six-Finger Man, who is in extremely deep with stealing religious artifacts and necromancy in general. We believe he is working in, or at least has strong connections in Breakwater. Some of you are going to have a meeting in Breakwater, we've deduced, we hope, in 10 days' time, or 9 days' time. 9 days' time, which we will take care of when we get to Breakwater. In addition, as a side, we have 2 dragons, which we can befriend, quote unquote. Anything else? Am I forgetting anything? Anyone?
And then we have the underground lab in the Nathaniel's.
Oh, and the end, yes, on the underground lab.
Oh,
And Slate's freaking his wife and daughter.
yes,
Yeah.
that's part of Breakwater, I believe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We'll have to go through the.
Almost everything we've got is in Breakwater, and then there are 2 things outside of Breakwater: the lab, if we think that that's any use, and the dragons, which we know we probably want to review after we have returned.
I mean, the
Yes.
dragons can wait.
Yeah, the dragons are
We think.
like we're not expecting anything from the dragons in the immediate future. We can't ignore them forever, but
No, but I mean,
I just think we've got other things which are more time
if
constrained.
we wait longer, they're just gonna get more kobolds. That's not a big deal. I can kill kobolds all day.
You say that to Lyranok.
We are not trying to kill more kobolds.
Well, if you
But
want to
yes,
reduce the
they
number
are.
of kids. Okay.
We currently have other priorities at the moment.
Okay.
So breakwater.
Breakwater.
Yeah, breakwater.
Okay. I think if we, I think it might be a good idea to stop in Heat Shade and either meet up with Sophia or do our own bit of snooping.
No, I forgot about heat shield.
If anybody wants to make any checks about Heat Shade or Breakwater, they can if they want to.
I'll do it. I travel around. I might know of something.
I'm proficient in history.
History?
I'll do it as well.
Yeah, history. 19.
20. Would I have? I'm only going to roll if you think I would have been
I don't
like
think
back in the
so.
day down here.
I don't think so. For you,
Okay,
or
no
like,
worries.
a bit far away from your patrols.
Leonok's probably travelled the length and breadth of this country by now.
You're pretty old.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you can roll
it'll
history
probably
check.
be like a more general understanding of what's going
Yeah.
on. But
And then
assuming-
I guess Torkel can make a check about the architecture and history and the kind of structural history of Breakwater.
Yeah, for sure. A history check.
Clearly, you need to be as smart as Thoric.
8.
The basic things for Leonok is it's a very big place. It's probably 1/10 the size of Erith. It's a very big city. It's a
I mean, yeah, but if you're coming from Erith, that's probably fairly small, actually.
yeah. It's definitely bigger than Oakhart, and yeah, it's got 5 times the population of Rackmere. It's
Ooh,
very
big, yeah, pretty big city.
Very big city. It is like the southern. If Rackmere is the southern jewel, Breakwater is the crown that actually the jewel rests upon for importance.
Okay.
For you, Torkel, the southern edge of the Concord lands is built to last. The structures and designs there are built to withstand gale force winds, thunderstorms, and despicable weather. It gets hit arguably the hardest during everstorms, the southern area coming off the sea. So there's very, very big, powerful structures, huge complexes, series of defenses against flooding and water winds and all these things as well. You know, there's a massive, I guess you would call it a superstructure, a fantastical superstructure built over many, 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 many years by the Ministry of Masterworks called the Storm Wall, which protects Breakwater from much of this.
Is that considered cheating?
Kino saw a problem and wanted to fix
Okay.
it, and Talos likes the challenge.
Okay, fair enough.
Thoric, you can ask me 3 questions, and Hendrik can ask me 2 questions about Breakwater.
Okay, so I want to try and ask these questions from a position of a follower of Bahamut. Is there much of a history of the presence of Bahamut, or let's say teachings that go on?
There is. Yeah, there is. Because Breakwater is known as a free port, any shipping vessel from all over the world, except that of Teoland, can enter and trade within its waters and trade within its ports. There's a multitude of cultures, current information, old information, different cultures, different species of peoples that come there. So there's vested interest in recording all of that. They rely. There's a regional campus there, and I think that there would be a pretty massive following of Bahamut recently, since the refugee crisis of Von Der moved thousands, tens of thousands of dragonborn refugees and survivors from that destruction to Breakwater and the southern area, but quite a lot to Breakwater. So there's a big dragonborn community there.
Okay, cool. Now, I'm not sure if this counts as a separate question, part of the same thing. Is there like a library of there that I can report findings to?
Oh yeah, 100%. There would be
Okay.
one there. Yeah.
Okay. How? I suppose a bit more of a general question, but what is crime like there? Like, how safe is it of a
Ooh,
place?
interesting.
The pimps
interesting.
keep it real nice and clean.
Right. So last you heard about Breakwater, there was the Archzealot, the dead Archzealot, had worked for years to try and remove the tick that is the Hydra Criminal Syndicate, from using Breakwater as an import-export smuggling den. And it felt like as soon as the Archzealot and Brass Shields made a great discovery and discovered a cache, another two would pop up and fill its place. It was like whack-a-mole down there. You know that there has been difficulty with some regional, how would you say this? Dogmatic views of certain gods there. You know that there are ample followers of Talos within Breakwater that are a bit more archaic than others, and they believe that anarchy and destruction should spread. And you would know that Liberty Corner is I don't want to call it lawless, but it has that of its own laws, laws, foreigner ideals. And you would know that it is a pretty rough place, that specific corner of Breakwater. Hendrik, your two questions I want to ask about Breakwater.
What is the situation with and never mind the brass shields. Brass shields are corrupt. I don't trust them. But what's the situation of tier enforcements? Do they have an enclave there hidden somewhere, or?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Oh,
The
no.
Hierophant,
Yeah,
the Hierophant of Tyr has sent a dramatic reinforcement. Last you had heard on the street, this is like whispers. Like this is whispers you've heard on the street.
Ah, fuck.
You heard that the Hierophant of Tyr sent an individual. The Hierophant of Tyr is known as the First Lord Jurat, and he sent a very well-renowned and trusted servant of his to try and sort Breakwater out with the chaos that is the death of the Archzealot. There is no central leadership within there anymore. And you know that their title is the Marshal of Jurisprudence.
Do I know who got sent?
That the Marshal of Jurisprudence.
I mean, that's a title, though. Do I know this person?
You've never met this person. They're a title to you, but they are there under direct orders by the Hierophant of Tyr, which is basically one step down from your god.
Sometimes investigations are easier if they don't know that there's a Grand Hierophant of whatever snooping around. God damn it! This might make things more difficult, guys. Or
I'm not saying this isn't. This is less of snooping around. This is more bringing buildings falling down on their head.
Yeah,
This individual. This
and
is
trying to
more.
do a investigation with that happening is because criminals tend to be on the guard when that shit happening.
Yeah.
He's
Last
a
you
one-man
heard.
SWAT team.
Last you heard, the marshal was sinking supposed Hydra smuggling ships in the port with his spells.
Oh God. Okay. This man does not inspire confidence, or person. It might be a woman. This person does not inspire confidence in me. Okay. What's my next question? Can I save it?
For when?
Start next session.
Sure, make a note.
Or I'll message you in the middle of the night.
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds fine to me. All right. You've had a think about Breakwater. You've asked some questions. You guys long rest. And I believe a certain individual wants to attune to a death mask. Is that right?
That's correct.
Cool.
Let's get this curse going, baby.
I'm gonna die.
It's like
All right.
Wait, doesn't identify pop-up curses?
You
I mean, it's not like they
reti-
gave us any other negative items that are not what they appear to be.
Does identify
You-
reveal?
You retire.
No.
Identify can. It depends on
No.
the GM.
It's happening though. There's no stepping back now.
There's no standing back.
I love the backhanded fuck
I've
you.
got removed
these
curse.
times.
You set up your candles. You set up your artifacts, your tools, and you set the death mask before in front of you in your quarters, your lodgings for the night. By the way, everyone mark off 5 silver pieces for a room for tonight and plus food for the
Highway
past couple
robbery.
days. Just wait.
5 silver.
So
That's 2. Make it. Wait,
What
hold
does-
on.
what's
What's I
the-
just did?
what does Torkel look like when he's preparing this ritual to attune the next hour?
He probably unclasps his armor and gets into vestments, and then lays out like. This is to Vela, right? This is a death mask
Vela,
in
yeah.
relation to Vela, yeah. So
Mhm.
he'll use whatever little knowledge he has of death, like worshipping things. So he'll
Mhm.
probably just lay out some candles, maybe burn some incense. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably try and find a holy book or something like that if you can, and then get
Yeah.
ready to touch into.
You start to read from the book stories
Mhm.
of final rites, of funeral rituals.
Grabs Hendrix, that's his throat, drains blood, the good stuff.
You start to see the mask as you're tuning and focusing on it. You start to see the molded teardrop in the kind of almost like stone mask. It's joined by a second teardrop, and then a third, and then a fourth. You lose your vision. It swims,
Okay.
becomes immaterium. Blackness, inky darkness. You then find yourself looking through the eyes of another. You're staring at the remains of the dead. You see crushed breastplates, forms of twisted limbs inhumanly bent out of proportion, scowls and death rattles around you. You stand above it, unharmed. You're not dying, watching others die. You walk around as you start to place your delicate feminine hands and speak last rites to the dying warriors dressed in full plate, glimmering silver. They enjoy your presence, are jubilant that you're wishing them goodbye. Their souls wished away to heaven, their bodies consumed by ghost fire as you release them from the pain. You hear an inhuman growl echoing through the twisted, barren, rusted, brown landscape before you. Another wave is coming. The reinforcements are still not with you. You raise a spear in one hand, a short sword in the other. Similar to designs of the weaponry that you received earlier today in Torkel's mind's eye that he recalls this. Glowing reds and purples of creatures that should not walk, that should be dead, start to march towards you. And as the form that you watch the eyes from charges in to combat, you fade out of it, and you're back in the room. And the mask is no longer weeping. You feel attuned to it. You feel that the mask grants you permission to be attuned to the item.
Hmm. Is the mask still in front of me?
Yeah, it's still sitting before you, yeah.
Right. I think the Torkel will pick it up and place it on his face just to see how the fit is.
It fits your face perfectly like it was made for it.
He grumbles a little bit. Immediately trying to figure out how something that clearly wasn't designed for him could get so well fitted, and then just chalks up to magic. Take it off and put it on the bedside.
Yeah, you see
Dresser.
the candle that you burned is long receded from where you lit it. An hour has passed.
Oh well. Yeah. He'll make a mental note to look at because you said I was holding a spear and a shield, but so I'm assuming it's wait.
You're holding the individual which you're looking for the eyes of was holding a spear and a short sword.
And a short sword. All right. Okay. Did you say we'd seen him before?
Make a religion check.
Oh, okay.
You indeed have saw these weapons before. In this culture, in Rakmir, Vela is very well beholden. And so is her first and only saint, Heliza, the last true battle warrior of Vela, who defended the gap to the East Cairn Fort before it became known as such, and fought off a wicked evil, saving many lives. What Rakmir was before it is known as today. And you recognize some statues and iconography when you're in the Ash Sanctum. That's the weapons that she wielded. And then it clicks. The death mask you wear is a facsimile of Eliza's face itself, the saint's face.
All right. He'll ruminate on that as he tries to get to sleep.
And with that, with attuned items, inventory expanded, gold acquired, and no longer guilty of any crimes or treasons, we're going to end the session there.
Nice.
Thank you.
How was that one? Was that good?
Yeah. Good
shit.
session.
I was so nervous with what Story was going to do,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm saying, oh god, if he tries to break us out, it's going to go so very wrong.
It was definitely not going to work out.
I've never had a chapter end by us getting arrested. Congratulations, you accomplished your getting to prison now. Okay.
I was almost convinced that the rest of you guys were going to walk out of there without me because the deflection stone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm assuming like they didn't check it hard enough, Cypher,
Or
They
they
failed
know
the
when they're letting
test.
it go. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they know. They know.
what'd you say, Cypher?
They failed the test to identify.
Yeah, damn.
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a DC 15. Wow,
Can I get one of those? This is a pretty good guy.
We're going to a place where
The test is tell what it was.
yeah.
Oh, that's so fucking lucky.
They were like, they scanned it and it just appeared as, oh, this is Alfonso.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
like the crazy thing is, well, actually, something to note, and I can't remember if I did or not, but I'm pretty sure when me and Torkel went to the Arch Zealot, I'm pretty sure I might have said my name. But then again, I was letting Torkel lead on that discussion, so It's interesting. It's an interesting one.
Can't remember. I'll have to go back and watch that.
There is one final thing that I forgot to address that Valeria Stradon would have basically asked your input on whether you wanted to happen or not. Forgive me as a GM. I have so many notes to go through that whole conversation. I forgot.
Oh no, 100%.
She would have asked if you wanted her to draft papers within the Church of the Brass Shields that you guys have been sentenced for the crimes killing Raimundo on it, like officially, and you've been sent to the Eland quarry for hard labor. If you want to cover story.
Oh.
Those papers.
I would.
There's no reason not to have those papers.
There's, I
We
can
don't necessarily need
imagine
to.
there being some good reasons not to have those papers in there. If we happen to get arrested again, then
Yeah, no, I don't want that on me.
escapees.
Except
I don't want that shit on me.
I have
Well,
the
yeah.
amulet showing that that we have the.
Oh, good.
trust
So we
of-
may have also like there's to me. I don't think we want the condemned.
It's not like
hard
a-
labor.
It's not like an interconnected
No,
repository of
it's
information, just like one paper from this area.
It's a report by the Brass Shield, specifically in Rakmir, that are going to underdo a lot of internal investigations. That for the moment, you actually weren't released freely. You actually were sent to Eland and blamed for the crime of Raimundo internally only within Rakmir. Would only be within their system.
Yeah, so like it's not like we'll show up and like what and they'll be like, oh, you guys are fugitives. We know that you're fugitives because there's no connect, there's no repository of information. There's universe that's really shared.
It was kind of assuming it was like would be shared.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
think-
that.
But
If you're,
what
actually
is this?
sentenced, if you're actually sentenced, that would have appeared within your identity stones that you had been.
On your
Yeah,
identity
sentenced to
stone,
criminal.
yeah.
I could be good at.
You also just get fake identity stones.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're pretty hard to come by, you know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure.
But I mean, to be fair, like Orly did tell you guys that Sophia heard of some of these stones circulating in Heatshed.
Mhm.
So
Well, if we went to Heat Shade and found fake identity stones, do you think? I mean, this is a lot of work for something that we might not need, to be fair. So, but what we could potentially do is, if we have those papers and we have alternative identity stones, we could have identity stones that have that marked on it, so that it would be a better cover for us to be like, yeah, we are actually criminals.
but it just if we have those papers
It's
kind of like
unnecessary, but
on record, it means if there's any kind of like snooping in from Six Fingers, like
yeah.
check into it, it's like we're no longer we're a dead end now, not to be worried about.
Yeah. Yeah, true. He might not know where we're coming. He might think that we were actually his plan worked and we've been sent to.
Exactly, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
whomever was caught in the crossfire, someone paid the price of Raimundo's murder rather than any of his agents.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can decide next session.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I kind of agree with Ron's position that there's no point not to have them so long as we know that it's not logged in some kind of repository where other places can pull it up. It would only be our and the prison and the
Yeah, so long as it's not public. Is that what
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah, basically, as long as it's not on our identity stones.
Yeah, correct. It wouldn't be marked identity stones.
Yeah.
My gut tells me that's not a thing I want to have happen. I don't want that shit on my record. It's just internal. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
50 years later, things might get crossed, and I won't have anyone to vouch that that's not actually what happened.
And then you won't end up in prison for a crime that you've already said you've committed. Like you've already said the same thing. That's what the note would say, right?
It'll hurt my reputation.
Doesn't your actions already do that?
Mm.
Oh, no, of course. Didn't you hear that whole spiel that the what's his face gave? An excellent something rather. I wasn't really listening. I'll be honest.
Yeah, the part was that you don't like play by the rules. You're kind of
Sorry for that joke. Paying attention. I swear to God. Hendrik wasn't though.
I was hovering over the piety button, like just joking. Let's go to piety quickly. Sorry, let's go to piety quickly. We'll see the session. Piety?
I just remembered. Was Piety taken away from me back at the original funeral for being a dick to that dragon?
It was. Yeah,
okay.
Since then.
Okay.
I'm gonna add one piety for Numella, multi-class.
No, that's for the GM. Don't worry, I'm tracking your piety with all the other guys. Don't worry.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I don't think I did because I think everything with the book carried over from the previous session, so I think that's just the.
Did I give you piety for last session for that?
Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
Okay.
Revealing information at a dramatic moment or something.
In a critical, important moment, yeah.
I stand by my statement. A dramatic moment is usually critical.
Yeah. Learn off with you. Any piety for you this session?
No. I mean, treating for respect. Nothing really. Yeah.
Orly?
I got my plus one from. I'm gonna assume that's from the one-on-one.
That was the one-on-one with
Yeah.
Sophia, yeah.
I don't think anything from Baldry really affected me or this session.